All right, what's up, guys? So yeah, this is probably gonna be a long video, but yeah. Overall, let's go ahead check this video out. Uploaded by Chris the Narc. Make sure if you guys haven't, definitely go subscribe to him. But anyways, this video is titled "The Just a Robot Leak Calls Are Pathetic." Yeah, I haven't taken the time to listen to any leak calls. But I am curious about it. I'm curious to see what is said in these leak calls. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, if you know who Just a Robot is, you overall know that it's gonna be some weird stuff being talked about. So, anyways, yeah, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys go subscribe to Chris the Narc for more videos like this. And with that being said,
Jar is a easily manipulated. Okay, this is like Chris Chan levels of stupid. Jar. Everyone's talking about you. Everyone hates you. You should give up. And everyone's never gonna like you again. Bro, why? Why are you getting your girlfriend involved in the video? What are you doing?
he's starting it off strong.
What are you doing? Why are you telling Himpleton? The girls will never say it's because you're an autistic I will speak on behalf of them because they're too afraid to say it out loud. I'll say it. You're an annoying autist. Just a Robot thought Lio was gonna call his parents. So I could tell people I was a teenager as a joke. What are you doing? You're offended? Dude, you're the one that blew it up. You're the one that did all the wrong things. And we were all laughing at you.
Damn.
You're suing a man and you ended with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum!
Oh, I'm fucking mad.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement.
Very
All suspects are
fitting
innocent
theme
until
song.
proven guilty in a court of law.
Man, that used to be a show back in the day, Cops. Like, I don't think y'all understand, like, them days where you being a kid just at home chilling, you just kind of just sit down watching TV, then just some like weird crackhead running away from some cops. I'm telling you, man, cops back in the day, it's one of those things where if, like, let's just say for an example, they show a marathon of cops right now, I think it's grounds for, making yourself like a bowl of popcorn and then, just sitting back and watching some of the most iconic Cops moments. For those that have not sat down and watched an episode of Cops, bro, go watch an episode of Cops. But anyways, back to the other video.
R10 chat. Oh, God, we can't escape this. I really don't want to keep talking about Jar, but every
poster.
time that Ace or Beckett
Classic.
sends me one of these calls, I'm like, there's no fucking way this is actually happening.
There's more than one call?
Now, I wish to be clear. These calls are not really well put together, in my opinion, timeline-wise. I have 3 of them, okay? I have 3 calls that we're going to bang through, because I know Beckett went over a few, Ace has been dropping a few all over the place. So I thought, I haven't talked about it yet. So why?
Bruh, I'm looking around at the scenery. The EDP drawing, I swear, man. Yeah, that was, for those that don't know who EDP is, definitely look into that, how that whole situation went about. But yeah, I'm liking this whole, like, this setup. I'm liking the background and stuff. Like, you guys know me, you know how much I love the original Destiny before it became what it is today. Yeah, Destiny 1. That's off topic, sorry. They need to remaster Destiny 1 and put it on PCs. I'm saying I would love, bro, that would be sick. That would actually be pretty sick. I'm like, that's something. I'm like, Bungie, you guys trying to save your company? Re-release Destiny 1 on PC. If we could get like 15 different Grand Theft Auto 5s and 100 different Skyrims, I think we could get a remastered version of Destiny 1. But anyways, back to the video.
Because I need something to hate today, okay? I need something to hate. I really did. You ever just wake up in the morning? And you're like, you know what? I need something to hate on. I need something to just immediately give me a smile in my life because somebody's more retarded. I woke up today like that. So instead of doing all the other drama going on, we're going to go back to the well of Jartan. His autism is unmatched. It is unmatched. Also, I want to say thank you to the direct donator, by the way. I didn't catch who that was. Oh, God. All right. Hello. Everything's boring me lately. All right? Everything's boring. So what I need is an easy punching bag. That's what I need, chat.
Oh, so there's
and
like-
Ace and Beckett have provided
Okay, a
the
few
easiest
calls.
punching bag of all time. Himpleton and Jar. Now, I know Himpleton knows that I don't like him. Okay? And that's okay. We can coexist, even though I don't like you. And I'm pretty sure you don't like me. And that's okay, buddy. It's okay. You know? But I have to give Himpleton some credit here. As much as I thought it was gay that he was opping Jar, these calls are way funnier than anyone ever pitched to me in their life. So, from me to Himpleton, I will not be rebuilding any sort of bridge. Never had a bridge with you in the first place. But I will give you your flowers, buddy. I will give you your flowers. Get out of my Discord.
Dang.
Thank you for providing us content, Himpleton. I must commend you, brother. I must do it. Okay? There's a handful of things we need to go over today. All right? The first one is a call that Beckett went over last night. This one, in particular, is very interesting to me. Okay? Very interesting. Because Jar seems to not understand why people don't like him. Himpleton kind of...
Yeah, that's always been his thing. I don't know if, because I imagine that there's probably fans of Chris where if you're seeing my video for the first time, I feel like it's stuff that needs to just be said that, yeah, I've had my issues with Just a Robot. And that's always been his thing, you know. It's always people don't understand him, but it's never been a conversation where it's like, no, you don't understand people. You don't understand why people are not going to, I guess, agree with you on things. And that's always been his thing. I had said that in the last video that I did on him, where it's like, Just a Robot is on a Suge Knight mentality, where it's like, it's his word over everybody else's. It's his strength over everybody else's. It's, you know, he tells you to jump and all you just gotta say is how high. Can't, like, you know, try to figure out ways around, like, because it was the one person that, it was this content creator that goes by the name Harley TBS. I guess he was cool with Just a Robot at one point in time. And I imagine, yeah, Just a Robot, he wouldn't have had no issues criticizing Harley. Harley passed on some criticism to him, and then that's when Just a Robot was all like, oh, we were never friends, and this and that, blah, blah. And I'm like, fam, but yeah, that's always been his thing. It's like, you criticize him, it turns into an argument. He criticizes you, you have to just accept the criticism and move on. And so that's why it's like, yeah, it's, you know, if you're not familiar with his behavior, like this is your first time ever hearing about Just a Robot, yeah, you're gonna be in for a treat. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you go down that rabbit hole of him, yeah, you gonna see some things. And there's the crazy thing about it, we're seeing the things that I guess, like, where people, they still exist within the content creating world, and they're telling their stories about Just a Robot. Imagine the people where we haven't had their stories, or we haven't heard their stories of Just a Robot from former co-workers of his. Well, he was homeschooled, but so I was gonna say, like, classmates, but yeah, it's like, what, his sibling or something. But anyways, yeah, but I'm pretty sure that there's probably stories that, you know, that it's like, dang, this, like, he could really get canceled. Like, we thought this Cinebear crap was bad. There's probably some other stuff that went down where it's just as worse. But anyways,
is just leading him on, which, to be honest, Jar just opens his mouth no matter what. So, how do I word this properly? He doesn't like Beckett. Now, love or hate Beckett, I could really care less. He's a grown-ass man that can handle his own shit. He fucks something up, he's on his own. But what he did with Jar, and the way Jar portrays it, is completely inaccurate. But okay, we'll go with that. I haven't seen this call yet. This is fresh for me. I didn't get to finish this call, however. I watched, like, up to here with Beckett and Ace. Then there's this call. This call is where I'm going to laugh at Himpleton and Jar's little drama cope fest together, okay? Just because I need to feel better about myself. Because I like making money making fun of retards. So might as well do 2 for 1. I'm going into this call blind outside of maybe like 7 minutes worth of it. But Himpleton, again, just to reiterate, gay up Jar. And Jar fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Because Jar is a easily manipulated retard. Okay? This is like Chris Chan levels of stupid. And I love it. I love it so much, Jar.
Jar is digging a hole so deep he's only a few meters from the Earth's core.
Nah, he can keep digging. He can keep digging until he falls into the core and burns up. That'd be great. What's so appealing about talking to Himpleton? I know Jar's retarded, but he can't be that retarded. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He is that retarded. He knows he's being...
It's like, you know, I ain't gonna say it, but yeah, the thing is this. he done said and did some things to where it's like, it's just a normal-minded person is going to look at him and be like, well, no, like, because I've been dealing with him for years now. So back when I used to work in Seattle, there would be customers and coworkers that would like ask me, be all like, hey, I seen this guy's video on you. What's that all about? And then it always like, it goes with just me telling the story. And the thing is this, I don't tell the story to like make myself look better and things. Like there's at times where I'm telling most of like the things that I did within the situation than the stuff that they've done to me and stuff. But yeah, it's like people, it always ends off with, man, that guy is weird. Like something is seriously wrong with that guy. So yeah, it was, it's something where I'm like, I got people on the outside looking in saying that he's weird, then you got like people within content creating where it's like, so yeah, like IRL people outside looking in, they say he's weird. People on the outside looking in on the internet, they say he's weird. People that used to be a fan of him, they're saying that he's weird, and then of course, like anybody that had issues with it, we've been saying that he's weird. So, I ain't gonna say the R word, but yeah, I will call him weird though. But anyways,
being recorded, but he gives too much away because Himpleton makes him feel comfortable. Because Himpleton and Jar, even though their actions are two totally different things, okay, are kindred spirits. They are gay lovers. I'm putting it out there. They're gay for each other, and it's okay. It's okay. It's 2025. You could be gay together. We'll all dislike you the same. It's totally fine. But listen, Himpleton did do work here. We have to give him his flowers, chat. So let's go into this call and see what's happening right now. Jar is cheating on Dreadlock. He is. If I need to, I'll bring Ace in for shits and giggles, but he already went over this.
Better. It kind of goes up and down with emotions.
Jar and Dreadlock or Jar and Himpleton?
Listen, if I was one of these gay pro-shipping losers that run around this stupid fucking community that is the art commentary and animation meme community, I would ship Jar and Himpleton way more than him and Dreadlock. Dreadlock is a pretentious debate pedophile, while Himpleton is just as easily coerced into lolcow behavior like Jar. They were made for each other. Jar, break up with Professor Dreadlock. Break up with him. He's going to make this worse, okay? He's going to make your life worse. Break up with him, Jar. I know you say you have a girlfriend. I don't believe it anymore. But break up with Professor Dreadlock. Himpleton is your future. He is your gay.
Yeah, I'm like, just a robot's girlfriend. I could definitely see it. She gonna end up being in a Lifetime movie where it's like, honestly, if there's ever a time where just a robot like makes it onto the news for just something crazy, I feel like no, it is gonna be a Lifetime movie. It's like Escaping the Robot. And then, it's gonna be like some like new version of Just the Robots animation. I definitely, no, if that was the case, 100% would play as my character. I'm just saying, I'll do my whole part for free. I'm telling you right now, I'm like, that's something where I'm like, yeah, I could 100% believe it. But yeah, I'm like, I know that's something where if they were all like, oh yeah, like, hey, this is the Lifetime Network, and we wanted to kind of, if you want to try out for your movie or for your role and stuff, I'm like, hire me. I'm like, nobody's gonna play my part better than me. So yeah, but it's definitely gonna be a situation where I could, if not that, yeah, it'll definitely be a YouTube video where it's like, his girl. I feel like if there's anybody that's gonna call him out and it's gonna get him to a point where he just crashes out online, it's gonna definitely be his girlfriend. But anyways,
you love her.
But I have
so true, Jimpleton.
One question for you. So I checked your mutuals, and I see you have Chud Logic, Beckett, Romantic Goblin.
Why is he checking the fucking mutuals? Who cares that he's mutual with people? Jar. Jar is so distracted by the most unnecessary shit imaginable. Who cares that he's mutual with other people? Why is that even a point of the conversation? I understand that this call was cut to this section. I don't know what the extent of this call is. But it's so weird to, bring that up in the first place. Okay? Did I hear?
He's worried. He's all like, no, he's looking at it. It's like there's so many people canceling me right now. He's like, I don't want to give people free content. So if I had to give out an answer on why he would question them, that would be my answer. But anyways,
What did I miss? Didn't you hear her, Chris? She's in the call. In this call. His girlfriend. You mean Professor Dreadlock in a dress with a voice changer? That's not a girlfriend. That's Dreadlock with a voice changer wearing a dress. Very AGP coded. Okay?
Turkey Oleon, or however you say his name, the blind bard, who I did not expect. So are you also talking to those guys about me, or, like...
Oh, are you talking to those guys about little old me? Jar, everybody's talking about you. Everybody. Every person. I'm gonna, like, feed into Jar's paranoia now. Jar, everyone's talking about you. Everyone hates you. You should give up. And everyone's never gonna like you again. I will feed into that paranoia. It's like shaking a fucking schizophrenic and being like, do you know that the birds are fake, they're fucking drones? Like, you're forcing them to believe their delusion.
Not accusing you of anything, I just,
Why can't I hear Hippleton? Why is he muted? How... Hippleton, every time that a call gets recorded of yours, it gets leaked to the internet. Why do you have, like, the worst tech issues imaginable? You were the fucking, the weird-ass Splatoon guy. You're creating a monster? Yeah, that's by design.
makes sense.
Yeah, literally, it's like giving a retarded kid LSD and going, nightmare, 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 nightmare.
Yeah, he's one of the nicest guys I know. He's one of the nicest guys I know, and he has... And his...
What is this Casper fucking narrative that the Discord's making about me? Casper victim to Dreadlocks group jar. Dreadlocks is debate pedophile, so, you know.
His name is very accurate because he has extremely poor eyesight.
Yeah, that's right.
There
yeah,
he
I didn't
is.
know that.
There's the Joggler. Welcome, Joggler, to the conversation where you were muted in your own recording.
So the second, sorry, can you? Let's just go down the list. I remember Chud Logic. So Chud Logic, I literally barely speak to him. I'd be willing to give you my DMs with him. Literally, the last thing I sent him was about.
What? Is that supposed to be a show of good faith that you're gonna leak people's DMs? Just
don't want y'all to see my hand sanitizer. Yes, people. All right, I got a little bit of a germophobia thing. You know, I have to spray a little things of hand sanitizer at times. You know, you just feel like you done touch stuff, and I'm like, ugh, hold on for a second. But anyway, no, there's at times like if I'm handling shoes and if I touch the bottom, I'm like, I live in Washington State. I'm like, there's at times where it's like you'll see like unidentified just whatever. I'm like some sort of substance where I'm like, look, don't know what that is, but don't really want my hands to, be touching that. So yeah, if you guys can see a little bit of a sneaker addict. But anyways,
to get an interview with these people, what the fuck are you talking about? Hippleton, what are you doing?
Jalen. I literally just
was like, okay, when it comes to Jalen, you could be referring to something that happened 4 years ago or something that just happened a couple months ago because Jalen does everything.
It happened this week.
Okay, Jar, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I can't believe I'm going to say this. And you guys are going to be like, what are you talking about, Chris? Just a Robot has absolutely nothing on Jalen. Jalen is infinitely better than Just a Robot. At least I don't get angry when Jalen does retarded shit. I get a good laugh out of it. With Jar, it's like a mixture of anger and laughter. I can't pull the two apart. Jalen, for me, it's either Jalen's an idiot and I'm mad at them, or Jalen's really retarded and I find it funny. With Jar, it's both at the same time. I can't pull those apart. I can't pull those apart with Jar.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dude,
so,
why is the lore with Jalen so deep?
Because you just can't.
Why is the lore with Jalen so deep? You are not allowed to ask that question. You're not allowed to ask that question. Your lore is infinitely more disastrous than Jalen. I can't believe I'm defending Jalen here. I can't believe that. And dude, if Jar goes back and he's like, well, I don't know why Chris defended Jalen. Jalen said all this horrible shit. I've covered all of that. And I have never felt an ounce of anger towards Jalen legitimately that I do you. Okay?
Can't get herself out of shit, man. That's why.
Last I heard, she called Sensitive Society a Nazi, then screamed the harder N-word at a black guy.
Yep.
Is he tan?
That's correct. But so yeah, man, that's what I've never
Also, that's like old lore. Come on, guys, you got to pick up on the Jalen lore. The most recent one is when she did a debate with Aiden, and she punched She punched a mirror and cut her hand open. Okay,
wow.
You guys don't know your Jalen lore. You're not true Jalen.
Yeah, I'm
A-lore.
like, I think that's my first time. I've seen a lot of different videos, more so the ones if I reacted to. I just don't remember hearing that name before. I don't know why I thought it was like, okay, wait, did they say Jaden or Jalen? And so I was like, I thought they were talking about the Jaden animations. I am aware of that situation, but yeah, Jalen, I'm like, that's a unfamiliar name in this whole situation. So, but dang, it's like, hey, you get that? I'm like, yeah, I might have to check that stuff out, see what that's all about and things. But anyways,
can talk shit behind your back. Period. But
Well, I'm not accusing you of such. I just want to have.
no, I understand. I completely understand. I'm just saying that to read.
No, Jar, you are definitely accusing Himpleton of gay-opping you, which he is doing. You were kind of right, but like, the paranoia is so funny.
Assure you more than anything, like, and show you that I'm like being transparent with all this. Who are the other mutuals?
Beckett.
Okay, so Beckett, I was on his stream last week, and it was because I like had a debate that went really badly, and so he was giving me some advice. And we also made that connection because of the fact that there's this guy who, this is a kind of convoluted story here, but like there's this guy who is following the Mr. Beast stuff, who like really hates Mr. Beast, and his name is Cam Nuggets.
No way. Wait a minute. I missed this when Beckett and Ace were covering it. Wait a fucking minute. Is Himpleton explaining the Cam Nuggets lore to just a robot? Cam Nuggets. That overweight gooner muscle mommy freak, that guy? You can explain the lore to just a robot about Cam Nuggets. Oh, I love it.
And I hosted a stream where he like flipped his shit. And so Beckett joined that stream, and that's how we connected with each other.
And lastly, Turk alone. He has like a yellow profile.
that's something I don't understand, like the hatred towards Mr. Beast. Like I hear about like stuff, but I'm like, I don't know. I guess I don't really be following people that much to, you know, if there's like some drama or something going on with others. I'm like, I kind of, it's just, you know, I just go on here, do my thing and dip, you know, but it's like, as far as like paying attention, there was that point in time where I was paying attention to, you know, like drama within the content creating community. But yeah, it's like now I'm like, I don't know. Like I just go on here, post my content, do my thing and dip. I'm like, I ain't got time, but no, with this though, it's like with all the stuff that Just a Robot's currently going through right now. It's like, no, it's like people were commenting on my videos all like, oh yeah, Just a Robot, he's, you know, finally getting canceled and stuff, or he's getting canceled. And that's how I've heard about that. But I'm telling you right now, it's like if nobody would have commented and told me what was going on, I probably just maybe like searching around or videos being recommended, that would have probably something would have popped up. But yeah, as far as like, you know, like going and checking, yeah, I'm like I wouldn't have known. So anyways.
Yeah, okay, so that's Reelin. So Reelin, so I'm friends with do you know who Ace Howler is at all?
Oh god, Ace mentioned? Jar's learning the lore.
I might, but I talk to so many people that it's impossible for me to keep track.
Yeah, I don't fully expect you to know him because he is like pretty small, but he's a big kind of anti-art commentary guy, kind of like the way that you are almost.
Okay, hold on. First, I will listen. I don't know Ace very well. Okay, the extent of conversations that I've had with Ace is in regard to the ACC stuff recently. And then I saw Keffels do a reaction to his video where he got the clip where Keffels admitted to being a cuck. Which, shout out to Ace for that, by the way. That is my favorite Keffels clip I have ever seen in my entire life. And Ace somehow got her to get mad at that. Just round of applause. Jar, if you want to know who I hate more than you, it's Keffels. Like, I hate that bitch more than you, okay? You need to understand, like, my level of hate for you is crazy. But, like, I'm gonna be honest, bro.
And there's like things I'm hearing about. Like I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of these things that's going on. This is, I think, my first time ever seeing anything Himpleton related. So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of this stuff where I'm like, dang, bro. I'm like, is this all just recently happened, or has this been happening for years? Like this, I guess, like all these different things that's going on. Cause yeah, it's like you know, the thing is this, like with me and Just a Robot situation, it's like I've always tried to separate myself and not get too involved. Like there have been times where it's like getting into it with people that I'm just all like, okay, let me just go after any and everybody and stuff. But No, it's like now I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, just leave me, especially with Just the Robots fans. I'm like, a lot of the times they were just being weird, and so I'm like, I don't want to be a part of this. Like, just leave me alone. Just let me be, man. But yeah, there's like all these different names and people that I'm hearing of, and I'm like, dang, bro, it's like I'm gonna need like some like I don't know, like a YouTube AI bot to explain all this stuff to me, or I don't know, maybe somebody and things in the comments to explain it. But I'm like, what's the relations, with everybody? But anyways,
Ace is nothing like Jar. Nothing. Ace doesn't have, like, vindictive vendettas against people. It has a Tower of Babel of information on people. Okay? But, like, I get you're trying to do the whole, like, well, I'm comparing them in the anti-art commentary sentiment. No, like, Jar has a real hate boner for these people. Ace just likes to make fun of these people and interview them. That is the extent of Ace's content. No shame, but, like, don't compare it to Jar. Jar has years of hate for these people. He will die hating these people.
Where it's like talking about the commentary community in a
More like Chase. Shogun, why do you slander me so?
critical light, and he's covering the Kai Wee stuff right now, and Riolin was in the call covering the Kai Wee stuff as well, and so I joined in on their stream and was talking.
You know what's crazy? I'm gonna go off on a mild tangent about Kai Weiss, okay? I was waiting for him to respond to all of the things that he said were bullshit in his allegations document. I wanted to cover that drama so bad because I hate Kai and Omnia. I hate them both equally. I don't like either one of them. I don't care if you're friends with Omnia. I don't care if you're friends with Kai. I don't care what happened with the drama. I think both of those people are the most insufferable motherfuckers on the planet. And I was hoping that Kai would nut the fuck up and respond to his own drama. Instead, he decided to doom post on Twitter. You can probably find the tweet. He was like doom posting about committing suicide or whatever. I quote tweeted it. I was like, will you just shut the fuck up and respond to your drama or something?
dang.
He got so mad at me. He was like, bro, that's crazy. I can't believe how tone deaf you are. I was like, I don't care, Kai. I don't care. I don't care about you. I hate you.
Dang.
If you were gone tomorrow, I'm not losing sleep.
About the Kai Wee stuff.
Yeah,
It's
apparently.
crazy. I'm like, I'm like, I know I have my moments where I'm like, I'll say some stuff to somebody and then, I'm just like, I ain't got no regrets, but I know people will probably ask, like, I guess, like, what would you do if you seen Just a Robot make a tweet like that? I'm like, I guess, I don't know, like, it would probably be, like, weeks, if not months down the road. I'm like, if he feels that way, I'm like, I get help, I guess, like, best thing I can recommend and stuff, you feel it that way, but I don't know. I don't think have ever been in a situation when it came down to content creating where I have felt like that. It's just more so like I just don't allow the internet to get to me that badly to where it's like I'm feeling that way. If that's the case, it's like, bruh, just step away. It's like, it'll be all right. Like, but I just think though, like, that's why it's like, people, if it's like, you feel it that way, it's like, okay, well, look at the environment that you're in. It's like, there's just all these different forms of content that you could do. You put yourself in an environment where if you don't feel that way, then yeah, bruh, it's something that it shouldn't be surprising. I'm like, just getting into it with people, having it where it's like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I find it pointless. Because it's like, yeah, after my whole situation with, drama and all that stuff, I just find it where it's like, it gets to a point where it's just pointless. I'm like, I can't be going back and forth with people like that, It's just like, not in this day and age. I'm like, I've just gotten to a point where it's like, I get tired of it, and I'm like, nah, let me just go ahead and focus on something that'll benefit me as a content creator, something that'll benefit me and entertain my fans, so where it's like, it's just a positive outcome for everybody. But anyway,
It's pronounced Kai Weiss.
Whatever.
Oh my god, who gives a shit, Jar?
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, do you know about my story with him?
Just say he
No.
has an Indian fetish.
You don't?
Third GF show here.
Jar said he has an Indian fetish. I can make like a really fucked up joke, but I'm just not going to because I am a good friend.
No, I don't.
I was like one of the very first to actually make a video about him.
Oh, and then he made a video calling you racist, right?
I think so, but he it doesn't really matter because he kind of called everybody racist back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this was
but
during
you
the Toby-
actually have. So again, for those that don't know me, yeah, there's I have to say, I don't think I might have been the first one to call Just a Robot a racist, but yeah, I'm like, you definitely got some line of racism coming from you and your community. I just don't feel like that, like, okay, you make videos on me, that it goes from my videos to calling me the N-word and saying all these other different racist things in my comment sections. Yeah, I'm like, I just don't, I'm like, where would the racism overall come from? So it was just funny at times, like when dealing with, like back years ago, dealing with Just a Robot, where his fans would say something racist and I'll call them out for it, and there was all like, there are other people there making videos about you. I'm like, you guys are literally the only community that I'm going at it with right now. I'm like, all the other people that I've beef with, it's like they're not even on YouTube. It's like one can't upload, the other one deleted his channel. I'm trying to think. There was only like 2 other people that I got into it with before Just a Robot. So I guess it was a community at the time, but I'm all like, yeah, it's like at the end of the day, they like when I very first got into it with that community, they wasn't saying anything racist, and even like afterwards, I was like, that community ended up dying out too. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm all like, still to this day, I'll get some sort of like racist comment from Just a Robot. Well, maybe not right now, but I had to say before the situation. Yeah, it's like probably once, I have to say probably like once or maybe a few times in a year where I'll get a racist comment from one of Just a Robot's fans. So yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, a person ain't gonna like, like pay attention to that type of stuff, and they just be all like, I wonder where this is coming from. It's like no Scooby-Doo episode where I'm gonna spend the next 30 minutes or an hour trying to, like, it's clear as day where it's coming from. But anyways,
drama, a bunch of people got me to go after him, and I'm not gonna lie, motherfucker is good at gaslighting. Like, he'll say,
wait a minute, Kai is good at gaslighting. Wait a fucking minute here. No, he's not. You want to know who's good at gaslighting? Even though he had a terrible showing on the Darius debate, okay? I think if Zeno wasn't there, I think Smaggle would have done just fine, okay? I think Smaggle would have been doing just fine, all right, if Zeno was not there. Smaggle gaslit Kai Weiss better than any other human being I've ever seen in my life. So, shut up.
Say that something happened when it really didn't, or say...
I'm pretty sure it's on my YouTube channel where Smaggle called in to Kai and we were re-streaming him. I was re-streaming him with Ruin Leon. And Smaggle, like, gets on the call with Kai and he's like, I don't know how to do, like, the autism voice that Smaggle does. But he goes, Kai, I have the pass. I can say I'm retarded and you're an F-slur. And I was like, wow. Great job, Smaggle.
Wow.
Did this or say he didn't do that, and at first
That's
he
some
got
crazy
me,
stuff to
but,
say, but all right.
then the whole Peaches drama happened, and yeah, and then he got
taking credit on what? Hold on.
Say you did this or say he didn't do that, and at first he got me, but then the whole Peaches drama happened, and yeah, and then he got accused of abusing his girlfriend or something, and then I got into a call with him and I told him, like, listen, I don't like you and you don't like me, but I actually don't believe you did that. Like, I was actually willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, and me and my roommate chatted with him. He was cool with us.
Wow.
Me and my roommate talked to Kai Weiss about his domestic abuse allegations, and we came out cool.
It's like, I find that crazy. It's like, so if it really is happening, and it's like, if the, like, let's say like the, all right, so because that, I feel like that's usually how Just a Robot does things. He'll like come up with his assumption first, but then look up the evidence and all the other stuff afterwards, once we then came back and, done backfired on them and things. But it's like, if this girl is actually going through this stuff, my thing is this: do you think it's making it any better if you're going to the abuser talking about, I don't believe you did any of those things? You wasn't even there to even see any of it. So, oh my god, it's like, yeah, Just a Robot. He is a questionable character. But anyways,
I did not endorse Smaggle Daggle to call Kai Weiss the F-slur. I did not do that. That is a total lie. That is Jewish propaganda.
And then later his girlfriend accused him of raping her, and about X. And I thought, okay, if you punched me, let's say me and you are in a romantic relationship together, and you rape me, then punch me in the face, I'm going to accuse you of raping me well before I accuse you of punching me in the face. You get my drift?
No, 100%.
Wow.
New donation from Yo-Yo Pizza Boy.
Wow.
Just because that was the order of events that happened, you somehow immediately thought that the allegations were fake then? Okay. Okay, sure. Your hypotheticals just make you sound worse somehow, like every time.
Yeah, so
I
got a
just
little
feel even outside of that, it's like I just feel like that's not his place to talk about stuff like that. Talk about things that I guess like content creating related, but I feel like once when some like dark stuff like that is being brought up, that's not your place to talk about that. It's like it's something where it's like I guess like I like the victim watching this or this call and stuff, and she hears you say that. It's something where it's like she went through that stuff. You didn't. So it's like you talking about, oh, this is how I would do things, or this is what I would say, or this is what you can't tell a person what to say or do in a situation like that. I mean, yeah, it's something where, again, questionable and weird person, but anyways.
I was thinking of defending Kai. Lio talked me out of it, and then
Oh, it's Lio's fault that you didn't try to defend somebody you thought was being fucked over. Wow. Lio really was your handler.
last I saw, he was talking about Lio and Peach's downfall. He yelled out that I better not turn a blind eye to this, even though I said I was done with drama, but then I I started talking about it again.
Sure.
And
if somebody
It's like he'd say he's done with drama, but it was like one of the last few videos that he uploaded this on his secondary channel. But anyways, it was like he uploaded a video on me. And this was like last year where I had started like popping off with the voiceover videos and stuff. So he makes this random video on me. And then people were telling me that, and I didn't know how they had even found out. But then it was a like phone call that he did with this Lio Convoy guy, where he so I think Lio had asked him like, "Are you working on any more drama videos?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, there's one that I'm posting on Patreon." And he was like, "And I'm talking about TMossBoss, me." And so then yeah, Lio snapped at him and stuff. But it's like, fam, you're not. The thing is this. So during that time frame when I was doing those voiceover videos, that's all that I was focused on. I was only focused on voiceover videos. I wasn't doing anything else, talking about him, mentioning him, any of that. If I was, then it was just overall like retelling the story for those that are like curious when they look up my name and then they're all like, who is this guy? So that's why. And I'm like, that was the only time, but it was never to start up anything. It was never to, like reignite. Only time I would be talking about me and Just the Robots drama was just to do story time videos. Out of nowhere, he does this video where he's like, where's TMossBoss now? And I'm thinking to myself, they can easily just look my name up and see where I'm at. Like, why are you trying to like capitalize off of my name of me going viral and stuff? I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's just, it's funny how it's like, he says, oh, I'm not involved in drama no more, but I still hold on to stuff that affected me like years ago. It's something where that's, I feel like that with Just the Robots videos, or just with overall the statements that he makes, it's like you gotta go like halfway through what he says. And the reason why I say that is because he'll say something, he'll be all like, oh, I'm done with this person. He was just like, but I still have like hatred or anything, and I'll find a reason to talk about them, whatever the case may be. So yeah, it's something where he's not ever done with drama. I think even prior before that, I remember somebody told me, they was like, oh yeah, Just a Robot say he'll make a video on you when you go to jail or something. And I'm like, why am I going to jail? I'm like, what did I even do to go to jail? Yeah, it's just with him. He's somebody, if you again don't know who he is, and let's say you get into it with, so like that's why I'm like, with a lot of different people making content on Just a Robot, I'm worried for them, because I'm like, yeah, he's one of those people where if he manages to gather up fans again, I just feel like it's gonna be bad for others. And so it's something where I feel bad for people, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm just really hoping that that's not the case. Like when he does come back, I think he did say he was going to try to come back in August, but yeah, hopefully it's a situation where it's like, he can't do nothing to anybody. It's like, I can tell you right now, yeah, it's like when his fans, when they like lock on to a person that they have issue, more so that Just the Robot has issues with, his fans like, oh, they blow this situation up. Like, so Just the Robot, you could have like a disagreement with him, his fans, they're just gonna take over. So yeah, it's one of those things where a lot of his fans are being quiet, they're not saying things, and I'm like, them are the fans that you gotta worry about, them are the people that you gotta be worried about, because Just the Robot got this lock on them where if he needs to, I guess, or yeah, he makes a video on somebody, his fans is gonna be right there to defend him. And it's like, I guess, like if or when he does come back, like talking to Just a Robot, any of his like last few final fans that he does have, don't like try to be, I guess all buddy or be this guy's like yes man or anything. Let him fight his own battles. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I don't want nobody like trying to help him moderate no debate, moderate no argument, moderate anything. Let this man just go and do things on his own, you know, so he could get a dose of what it really is to be a content creator and not have it where it's like, oh, he's having people file down his nails, fan him with some big old giant leaf, you know, treating him like he's some king. And it's like, bruh, he's a normal man. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's just depressing seeing his fans carry on like that. Like, you guys are like whole grown adults and you're listening to this guy. I don't get that. But I guess, like, you know, you got people in this world where they're just mentally lost and they can't really, I guess, like, you know, provide or doing things. They look for just a robot to do providing for them and stuff. And I'm like, that's sad. But anyways,
you out for something and it has nothing to do with you. You don't need to respond, Jar. Just because Kai fucking Weiss in a YouTube video says just a robot should say something and he's being silent about this.
Who gives a fuck?
Why? Why do you care? Why do you care what Kai Weiss has to say? Why are you such a spineless bitch?
And then he started going on about how
he's never, Just a Robot's never fought no battles on his own. The thing is this, even when me and Just a Robot, when we very, very first got into it back in 2016, he had it where his fans were the ones like pretty much well, I mean, it's always been like that, but yeah, his like fans was out like rating my comments, promoting his content and stuff, and I'm like, I don't care about his video. I'm like, go away, be gone with you guys. And so, but no, that has always been his thing. It's like he's always gonna have his fans or somebody that he knows either personally or just, I guess, good friends with through the internet, where he's gonna have them fight his battles because of his autism and his dyslexia. And I'm like, okay, if you have these problems, then it's like, why would you overall like get into it with people if you know them are gonna be the two main things you always gonna bring up? When that's just, I don't know. He might have it, but it's one of those things where I'm like, his fans have said the same thing. There's like, I'll say something to them, or like crack a joke or roast them or whatever, and they're like, you realize you're roasting a person with autism. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I'm like, if you're expecting me to care, I don't. I'm like, I really don't. But yeah, it's like, you know, that's just their go-to get out of jail card. You know, it's like, oh, let me bring up something. I guess they have people feel bad for me. It's like, people ain't gonna feel bad for you guys. They're just gonna look at you guys like you're crazy. But anyway,
was going to expose me, and I was like really confused because I thought, dude, I thought we were cool now. What the hell happened? And you know, that kind of made me a little paranoid.
The weed paranoia took over. I became paranoid. I was doing so many dabs, I was freaking out.
And then after what else happened, the only other instance is I think I told, the only other story I have with me and Kai is I told him if he ever needs like some financial help, I would be happy to bring him on as an editor, and he took.
Why would you do that? I know you're trying to be like, well, I was a good man. If Kai was
that's the thing where it's like, you know, when I go and help out a friend, I'm like, oh, you gotta do this for me. That's always been his thing. Where it's all like, oh, if I do this for you, you gotta do this for me. That's even like one of the last few conversations where when the last time me and Just a Robot actually just talked, me and him one-on-one, that's what he was trying to do. He was like, let me give you some advice and help you out, but we gotta make this deal and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not making no deal with you. I'm like, fam, it's one of those things where I just, no. I'm like, I'd rather have an operation and become a nun, like out in the middle of France somewhere. It's one of those things. It's like, I do not care for making any sorts of deals. Like I said back then, and like I've said numerous times, if it came down between making a deal with Just a Robot or leaving, but like all aspects of my content creating career, from TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, anywhere, that I'm like, I will post my last bit of content everywhere, and that will be the last time you guys will ever hear from me. But I have no desires on making a deal with Just a Robot. So
broke. I was gonna give him an editing job. Why would you do that? Why would you give an editing job to somebody who is so optically toxic it is not worth your time nor your effort? Why would you do that? Are you out of your fucking mind? You're gonna let somebody who dislikes you and would probably snake you to be your editor because you feel bad. You're an idiot. You're actually an idiot. You would let a snake in like that.
like
It's
major.
funny how like just the robot's behavior. He said that even just with other situations where it's like how he communicates and talks with people, he'll crack like inappropriate jokes with them, but he'll do that with everybody. So it's crazy to see that even with that too, where he's like, oh, like let's work together, but we gotta do this deal or something. Like he might not come out his like it might not come out of his mouth in him saying that he wants to make a deal, but he'll like change it up, I guess, each and every time. But overall, read between the lines. Yeah, that's overall what he wants. He's trying to cut some deal with a person. It's like, fam, just do things out of the kindness of your heart. Like, just if you're gonna donate money or help a person out, help a person out. But it's like, don't have it where it's all like, oh, you gotta do something for me in return. And it's like, bro, it's just, yeah, he's one of those just like a socially awkward pimp. I'm like, I don't even know how that's even possible. But yeah, that's what just the robot is. He is a socially awkward, weird pimp with autism and dyslexia. And I just don't. It sounds like it should be an Adam Sandler movie, but anyways, let's continue on.
To that, even though I was like just trying to like
Be helpful.
yeah, and then recently,
Wait, Jar offered you an editing job?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. This is one of the guys where he used to be. I don't know if he's cool with just the robot anymore, but yeah, back in the day, he used to be cool. He was So if you guys remember me saying that there is a person that made a video about me where he was all like, "Oh, I'm always watching your every move, TMossBoss. You can't escape us." And that's the guy. He used to go by like mainstream media or something like that. But yeah, that's a guy where I'm like, it did even the last time this was the first time I had ever heard of just a robot having dyslexia. But anyways, so he contacted me. I bully bullies because me and him, we used to go back and forth back in the day because he used to be cool with just a robot. So anyways, I remember he reached out to me. He apologized for all that stuff. And I was like, cool, I accept your apology. Thought it was done and over with after that. Then out of nowhere, he contacts me again. He's all like, hey, just a robot wants to have a conversation with you. And I'm like, look, if he wants to apologize for that crap that he put me through some time back, then I'm like, all right, cool. He could just tweet it out, send me a message, do whatever, post like a little quick video or something. I'm not tripping about it. If he wants to apologize, I'm cool with that. So then that's what he was all like, oh, he has dyslexia, so he can't write out or do no apology or anything. And I'm thinking to myself like, okay, so at the time I did say, I'm like, okay, well then just write the apology backwards. I'm like, I'll understand what he's saying and stuff. I'm like, just, yeah, sorry, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's like just gotta like flip it and then just be like, oh, okay, yeah, so I see what he's saying now. I can, like read and try to reverse it and things. But yeah, it's like I think overall what he just wanted to do is just like he was struggling. Just talking on just the robot, he was falling off, and I think he just wanted to have some sort of video to upload where, he overall wanted to, I guess like have a reason to go viral or have pretty much try to get views off of me and stuff. And I'm like, fam, no, I'm like, there's if at the end of the day he ain't gonna say that, I have no desires on having a conversation with him. So, anyways,
like offering everybody under the sun an editing job. What the fuck?
Everything about him like being like, hey, to this like 17/18-year-old, hey, I'll fly you out to America and you can go to school as I go to work. And like me and my girlfriend, she's laughing, she's giggling, right? Yeah.
Dude, no way, homie. She's not real. I didn't hear a single giggle through the microphone. I did not hear a woman on the end of that microphone. Bullshit.
It's kind of like that episode. Was there an episode of Family Guy when Megan, she was talking about how she had a boyfriend, but it was like she just started like acting hysterical and started going crazy and things. I think that's what just a robot is. He's the Megan of his family. It's like I don't know what his actual government name is, but just for like that beginning part, I'm gonna assume that like not assume, but I'm gonna guess his name might, I don't know, Justin or something. But yeah, it's like I guarantee and I promise you that's been said quite a few times. It's all like, shut up, Justin. It's just because it's like he just says some things. I imagine his household they all had to like kind of like look at him like that meme of Kodak Black where he's like driving a car, but he kind of like turns and looks like he gives a confused look. I guarantee and I promise you that has been done at least once, if not like a few times in just a robot's lifetime in his household.
Bullshit. He just pretended that his girlfriend was laughing. That's crap. That's cap. That's such cap. You didn't even hear him so much as a chuckle. That's crap.
I hear about all of this. Me and her read it, and I tell my roommate about it. My roommate likes to play devil's advocate, and like I'd even get like through like the second page where my roommate was like, "Yeah, I don't know how I can defend this."
Yeah,
And
no, it makes
then,
sense, dude. It's pretty rough.
And keep in mind, this was before it was updated.
Right.
Yeah. So what's your take on the whole Kai thing?
I think it's just I never knew too much about this guy beforehand. I just vaguely knew of the Omnia stuff.
This is why people that don't know the lore on things should not be involved.
But I get it. It's a neutral party.
Hippleton's doing the right thing. He doesn't know what's going on, and he's just letting Char talk. But me on the inside, who know why people don't like Kai and Omnia, who know the drama of Kai and Omnia, and what happened, and why people don't like Kai, because he falsely copyright striked a YouTube channel. It's good to know that info, but okay.
But like, this is just like I'm never gonna call him a pedophile, obviously.
Me neither.
But like,
me neither. I don't.
He is like super clearly an abuser. Like, I don't think there's any dispute to that. Like,
it's kind of based. I'm gonna be honest. That's kind of based. Based Hippleton. He's so on the money.
Like, it's pretty rough, man.
Yeah, like maybe I would call him a predator with like his actions, because they are. I mean, like the financial stuff. He knew the age. Like the contact. Like, do this or I'm contacting your mom. It's like.
Yeah, I know the channel he striked was Akumu. I know that.
It's really weird, dude.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
I don't know many guys. Yeah, like honestly, me and my roommate talked about this and we came to the conclusion that he.
Why in the fuck every time that you have to expound a thought or a opinion on something, do you have to preface it with me and my boyfriend talked about this, or me and my girlfriend, or me and Lio?
Yeah, because the thing is this. I've dealt with Just a Robot long enough to know where if there's Just a Robot, there's going to be others that follow along with Just a Robot. So yeah, it's something where it's like, so for an example, he makes a video on you. It's not going to be him in your comments, or to me, it's just, I feel like it's even pointless to even do stuff like that. But yeah, overall, it's like, it's always going to be, him and others. And it's like, fam, I'm like, you got to be your own person. You got to talk for yourself. You can't have it where it's like, because the thing is this, I feel like how a conversation goes between Just a Robot, his roommate, girlfriend, whoever, it always goes with them, I guess, like having a I wouldn't say a normal mind. Like, if they cool with Just a Robot, I'm like, they have to be crazy too. But anyways, I feel like that they make sense with what they say. Just a Robot, he doesn't make no sense whatsoever. It's like I feel like that they could be talking about Avengers like Endgame or something. They was like, yeah, I thought like the final fight of the movie was good. That's his roommate and his girlfriend's all like, yeah, I like the visuals. Just a Robot was all like, I think there was a rock missing when they were fighting. Like there was a rock that was supposed to be there, but it wasn't. And that's what I'm saying. They like did that Kodak Black look where they were like, what are you talking about? And then it's all like, yeah, I think that's really like, okay, I think what he's trying to say is that there is a CGI defect or something, like there was a mess up, where it's it's like, but people ain't paying attention to that. So yeah, it's like Just a Robot, his mindset is like he pays attention to stuff that it shouldn't have, like, I guess, like there should be no reason why a person is paying attention to it. So yeah, it's like that's just it's weird, but anyways.
Say my opinion is this. Why does it have to be prefixed with, well, after I had a conversation with so and so? Like, God damn it.
Suffers from chronic loneliness.
Oh, definitely. That makes total sense.
Yeah, that's probably why he has 2 cats.
Right.
What?
But
I will not take cat slander.
if you need to ask me any questions about Kai, like I know a lot of the lore. Like I think at one point people bashed him for some of his takes on Omnia. No, Peaches, and he said this is like saying to a rape victim.
Why does it sound like he's reading off of a script or something? That's something where I feel like that has to be asked to Just a Robot, because it sounds like he was just reading off of a script. He was like and that's like him like trying to like flip through the packet and stuff and find. He's like, oh, and then talking about Omnia. No, wait a minute, Peaches. It's like, bro, just say what you gotta say. I'm like, it's things like that where I find it funny how he always would call me out for not writing out the script. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm not trying to sound like I'm flipping through a packet or something when I'm talking. I'm like, this to me, this like how I'm talking right now, no script, no nothing, off of the top of the dome. I'm like, I am a socially a non awkward socially. I don't know words. I'm like that might be my only downfall. I'm like but other than that, it's like I can have a normal conversation with people. I feel like with just a robot, he always has to turn it into something weird. It's like, again, it's like the talking movies. It's all like Titanic or something. This is all like your roommate. Oh yeah, I like the visuals and stuff. His girlfriend. Oh yeah, the story. It was such a nice thing. And then he's all like, I think there was some water in the distance that it didn't line up perfectly. It's like the water, it shifted. It's something that's, again, the Kodak Black look and stuff. So, yeah, it's something where it's just, he can't just have a normal conversation. It always has to be like, okay, let's talk about something where I think I know, but I don't know. But it's like, overall, I just got like some typed out script and things, but... Anyway,
he had it coming. Maybe
Jesus
check the
Christ.
rapist instead while talking about Peaches, and he defended the take so hard. And he was like, he kind of like just started raging on Twitter. And like the thing about Kai is Kai. A lot of people are very empathetic towards Kai, including myself. Like I am.
Who the fuck is empathetic toward? Wait,
Jar, you just called him an abuser. Why are you empathetic towards Kai Weiss? I hope you enjoyed that stream on Raven. I had a lot of fun with Leon going over that. But like, so. Why are you sympathetic to Kai Weiss? Genuinely. Why is anybody sympathetic? Why is anyone sympathetic to, like, Omnia? If I'm gonna be brutally honest. That's gonna piss off all the art people that are friends with her, but, like, I don't see the appeal of this creature that keeps opening their mouth in the most annoying fucking ways imaginable. It's like watching a seagull try to, like, make a noise every time I hear Omnia speak. Like, I hate both of these people. Why are you empathetic if one of them is, you are saying they're an abuser? How are you empathetic towards that?
Empathetic towards Kai as well, because Kai does seem like a very sad individual. Like, he's really good at playing to people's empathy without even trying.
Sure.
He's not good at it. He's not good at it at all. What are you talking about?
Makes sense.
But yeah, if you can, I would recommend reaching out to, I think the best video on Kai is the one by Spy V. I make a cameo in it.
Of course, it's the one that you make a cameo in. The best video on Kai Weiss out there? Yeah, it's like this YouTuber you probably never heard of. I'm in it, right? It's just like, oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a good place to start.
Cool.
Anyways, for my response video, me and my girlfriend have been, like, working on it, and we got...
What? I'm sorry. What the fuck did I just hear come out of his mouth? I'm sorry.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a good place to start.
Cool.
Anyways, for my response video, me and my
this
girlfriend
was
have
before
been,
he uploaded
like,
their
working
response with
on it, and we...
receipts.
His girlfriend is helping him draft his response video that should be coming directly from him, from his heart, like from what he understands to be his situation and the actions that he made.
So if anything, I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, that's probably why that video wasn't all that good. I mean, because all he just needed to do is just apologize. It's like, hey, I apologize. Like, I should have did my research. I didn't. I said things that it was just speaking from not knowing. And then you leave it at that. It's like, it's anybody that I've wronged or made feel uncomfortable. I apologize for that too. He turned it into it. Like, the thing is this: why did you feel in your apology video you need to talk about a fart fetish? It's things like that where I'm like, fam, was that even supposed to be an apology video or just like so? Yeah, it's things like that where. Fam, it should have overall just been you working on that video. Why your girlfriend fell? It wasn't like she was involved. It's like nobody don't even know who she is. So it's one of those things. We have a better chance of finding Tupac in Cuba than ever finding out who Just a Robot's girlfriend is. So it's like, really, at the end of the day, why is she helping you out on it? That's something where I'm like, to whoever his girlfriend is, highly doubt she'll watch this video. But I'm just saying, that's one of those things. I guess next time around, because there's gonna probably be another time he gets canceled for some crap. You let him handle it, all right? I feel like, it's like, I feel like they ain't even no thing where it's like, it's his girlfriend. Probably, like, somebody that has to, like, check in on him and make sure that he ain't, like, trying to, like, flush himself in the toilet or something. But anyway.
His girlfriend help him draft the response video. Bro, why? Why are you getting your girlfriend involved in the video? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you telling Himpleton?
Got to the point where we're both really exhausted, and this is just like the pre-video before the main thing comes out. Like, I have to re-record it because I can't record where I am right now because, hang on a second.
You're fine.
This is an old call, Spectre. This is an old call. I'm just gonna stare into Himpleton's dead eyes right now.
Exhausting thing.
There we are.
But yeah, we've been working on it. I still have to do the re-recording and change a few things because I'm trying to make it as perfect as possible. And
You got a typewriter?
I'm trying to make it as perfect as possible. Okay.
Wait
Why
a
it sound
minute.
like he had like a typewriter? I'm like, oh, just a robot. He is living life weird. I'm like, what? I mean, I think it's a cool thing, to use a typewriter, but I don't know. Like, fam, you could go to Best Buy and get you like a $400-500 laptop. Like, I'm saying, like, there's ways to but I mean, you can't get you a laptop. Get like a trial thing of Microsoft Word or something. I don't know. You can even go to one of those like those key websites and get like a cheaper version of Microsoft Word. It's just something where I'm like, you can even use your notepad that they have, like, that comes equipped with computers. But I just, man, this man got like the same, I'm trying to think, yeah, he got like the same typewriter that Jack had in The Shining. I'm like, bro, what? I'm telling you, I could have sworn I heard a typewriter. Maybe I'm just hearing things. I could have sworn I heard a typewriter though.
Wait a minute. He's gonna try and make this video as perfect as possible. Oh my god, he dropped below 200,000.
But people seem to start.
Yeah, perfect as possible. Yeah, let's go right here real quick.
Yeah, that's all. Like, it's something where I just don't understand why this had to have been in the response or apology. It wasn't really an apology. I feel like he didn't mean his apology. The thing is this: he should have spent more time apologizing than he did talking on stuff that don't nobody care about. Who cares if he? And I think it was because he was sending this stuff off to a minor or had talking about it with a minor, and it's like, okay, well, why are you even having a conversation like that in the first place with somebody? It's just weird, man. But
Yep. This is making this video, this very serious response video, as perfect as possible.
Then using Kumo as a scapegoat. Come on, buddy. Jar. You're just lying here. You're just straight up lying.
And it's definitely exhausting. I'm thinking of uploading two versions, like a bigger and longer one that's unlisted, but I haven't decided yet.
wow.
Yes. Why? Just upload the big video as the public one. If people have issues with not watching the whole thing through, that's on them. You can just point them at a timestamp. Why not do the all-encompassing debunking everybody and winning against the commentary community? Why not do that, Jar? Why not do that? Why would you waste your time with a shorter video that's going to annoy more people than a long, detail-oriented video without the fart sounds in it and then doing the whole throwing Kumo under the bus thing? Come on.
What would be the decision on that? Like, why would you do that?
Like, there are certain things I don't think are that important. Like, and I'm wondering about it because, like...
What are the things, Jar? I'm just curious.
I try to keep the stuff that is not very relevant really short. I'm not gonna lie, the whole...
You literally...
So based on that, so what, apologizing that wasn't relevant to the whole situation? Because I'm saying it's like, what, he just seemed like he's like, oh yeah, sorry guys, but anyways, let's start talking on all these explanations, and then, overall, like, yeah, just trying to, like, get myself out of this hot water and things. It's like, nah, bruh, there ain't no way of getting out of that. So, but yeah, so pretty much just based on what you just said right there, so the apologizing, that's not important. The reason why I say that is because even with the crap that he put me through, I remember watching a video of his where he was all like, well, I'll never apologize to TMossBoss. And I'm like, fam, your fan base literally harassed me for years. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just, you're gonna have to take accountability for your fans' actions. It's like, not only your actions, but your fans' actions too. So it's something where, I don't think people understand that or pay attention to that. Luckily, I'm a thick-skinned person, but I'm just saying, I just heard that at times, like, where people, when they get cyberbullied, and then they end up doing something dramatic, and I'm like, that should never be the reason. And it's, like, there should be no reason why you take your life. But yeah, I've heard of stuff like that before. And the thing is this, I feel like that, let's say if that would have been the case, and then the spotlight would have been on just a robot, and people have been trying to figure out, like, okay, wait, he still wouldn't have taken accountability for his. He'd been pointing fingers. He's all like, oh, well, all I did was just make a video. I don't have control. No, he said that before. I remember him saying that before, that he didn't have control over his fans. But it's like, but you can overall make videos, and then, like, yeah, you might not overall say it in the video, hey, go attack this person's channel, but I think we all know you make a hate video on somebody, that's usually what's going to follow up afterwards. So yeah, it's just one of those things where, you know, just a robot don't know how to be a content creator. That's why I think it's best. You know, at first I was thinking along the lines like, yeah, he might come back. He might try to, like, you know, do things. But I think it's it's best if he just, you know, step away from content creating. You don't have to be a content creator anymore. Go find something else to do. I'm like, go work where them dudes was working at, where they were having Napoleon Dynamite drinking glasses of what was it, milk, and then like eating raw eggs or something like that. Go just work at a farm, you know, fooling around with he'll probably do something weird with the cows too. So it's like, yeah, I don't know, go to that same place that Jack Nicholson was at in One Flew of the Cuckoo's Nest and just live out your days there. But anyways,
Really did not have to respond to the gas fetish allegations. You literally did not. But you did it anyways. It could have been a one-off. Instead, you spent almost a minute and 30 seconds explaining why you don't have a fart fetish.
The main thing that offended me about this whole drama was how much people were like, yeah, Kumo's a good person and you're a bad person, Jar. Like, Kumo.
Who the fuck was saying that? Who?
You know what it was? It was probably like one, maybe two comments where he's seen somebody say like, "Oh, W Kumo," or "Kumo's Kumo's a good person." I don't know who the guy is, you know, but I guess like people have been like, I have been hearing some things about him where it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, just a lot of people I feel like from just a robot circle there, you know, you can't really trust them and things until they leave out of that circle and stuff. So don't really know too much about Kumo, but yeah, I'm not going out there saying like, oh, Kumo's a good person or anything. But I think what he was trying to do was just overall like expose you for who you really are, and then yeah, by uploading that Cinebear video and things. But I guess like, you know, yeah, overall at the end of the day, it's like, I guess yeah, that's bad and things. But anyways, but it's like, why would you even do the video in the first place? But
What fucking world did myself, Augie, Shud, Beckett, let's say Himpleton, any commentary channel that made any videos on you, Jar, say that Kumo was a good person? Point the video out. I need to see that video because I don't think it's real.
Oh, leaking your video was the right thing to do because it was a horrible video. And like, that just pissed me off so much because it's like, this is like the biggest psycho on the internet.
Yes.
Kumo's a psycho? Dude, you obviously haven't met Mr. Vickers before, have you? Ethan Ralph's arch nemesis. That is such underground fucking drama lore that I just brought up as a reference. Barely anyone's gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. But, like, no one cares. Kumo had his, like, 5 minutes in the spotlight with the Cinebear group chat leaks, and the interview that he did with Cinebear. And how much of an idiot he was. Those three things, Jar. Those three things. That was it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Doesn't feel good when people say you're literally worse than Hitler, but
Kumo is Hitler now? Since when? I always just thought Kumo was a pathetic fucking whining tard. Which I was right. Beckett needs to acknowledge that I was right since day fucking one. You'll never say that.
So I think what he was saying, that people were saying that he's just a robot is worse than Hitler. I don't think I would say that, but yeah, you know, I feel like that if they were doing a movie about Hitler, I definitely would send you the application to try out for that role. I feel like you would make a pretty good Hitler and things. Just saying, for the movie's sake, you know, it's something where I'm like, yep, played that role good, but you know, just that hatred and stuff. Yeah, I feel like that, you know, overall it's like the passion might have not been there, but like that hatred that he had for people. Yeah, it's like, it's something where, because I remember watching the documentary about World War II and they explained Hitler, they explained, you know, overall like his hatred towards Jewish people. Okay, maybe I ain't gonna say that it's like it was the same type of hatred, but a hatred for a person or group of people, whatever the case may be, it's like, yes, you have that. It's like, it might not be as strong or as like, you know, bad as Hitler, but yeah, it's like, you have that. It's like, fam, my thing is this, just let things go and people wouldn't have to be putting you in that conversation. I mean, like, honestly, if you sit down and think about it, could care less if people want to include me in the list or exclude me out the list, regardless of the fact, but just all the other situations that you've been through with people where it's like you've displayed your hatred. You know, it's like, yeah, you may want to call it something else, but at the end of the day, people are going to look at it as you being a hater. Why? I'm saying all the different things you could do as a content creator, but it's like, no, you want to sit here and get into drama with people, and it's like, that's literally what you're known for, dude. So, yeah, it's something where it's like, okay, it's like, don't make hate videos on people, and people won't have to be putting you in that same conversation, but anyways.
Publicly, but he knows. He fucking knows. But, like, that's all Kubo ever was. He was nobody of importance. No one. He was an idiot that talked to City Bear, bought the bullshit, and then swept for it, and then was confronted with it, even though all the evidence was out there, then turned on her because the wind was shifting in a different direction. That doesn't make him Hitler.
Oh, is they talking about... oh, okay.
And I will say, I was not a fan of Himpleton's video. No. Not Himpleton, sorry. Beckett's video on me.
Wait, I did hear a woman.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Himpleton's video. No. Not Himpleton.
Wow. She's
that sounded
real.
like dreadlock and a voice changer. Not a real girlfriend. Totally not real. Totally not real. That's dreadlock. That's dreadlock with a voice changer, bro. I don't care what. I don't care. That's not a woman. I don't care what he has to do.
Sorry, Beckett's video on me.
I was about to say. I haven't made a video on you. Don't worry.
Beckett's video on me, like. Lyle was like, oh, this guy's charitable, but, you know, Lyle also told me to talk to Creepy and Kumo, so if, like, 2 out of 3 of those guys' reputations went downhill, I can't imagine.
You do realize that even though Beckett is hated, okay, because I know Spawndell's gonna have a fucking conniption when I say this, the Jar video, okay, can we agree on the before you start coming at me, the Jar video was well crafted within the context of Jar's actions from all of his drama up to the what was it? Up until the VidCon stuff. Okay.
That was a soundboard.
True, it is a soundboard. But like that video was pretty well crafted to show that you're a dipshit. And you can be a charitable person. But if the evidence is so stacked against you and you have a completely different narrative to what you told him versus what others told him, and there's
somebody said Jeffrey Dahmer lookalike. Dang. That is unfortunate. I don't know. He looks like if Harry Potter never had went to Hogwarts. Like if he just, I don't know, like he instead of going to like Hogwarts, he just went to like, I don't know, like Harvard or something. Like the education is there, but it's like, you know, it ain't Hogwarts education and stuff. Like he ain't gotten like no wand or something. He might just have like a nice, like a really cool stick he found out in the woods, but because he got like them round glasses and stuff, and it's like it kind of like, I don't know, it's like it's kind of low quality, but he kind of like got something there, like it's like Harry Potter, but like, yeah, like the Earth. Well, no, was it? Didn't Harry? All right, so like a multi universe Harry Potter. But anyways,
the evidence to back up what they're saying.
Whoa! Damn! I walk into Chris transvestigating.
That's on you, brother. That's not on Beckett. That's on you. You know, Chris, he's just seen the group.
There's like I bully bullies. He was like, I've literally seen her face. Oh, I guess if you've seen her face, I guess she is real. But anyways,
story of the cleansing of YouTube. True.
Being like, I don't hate.
And I was transvestigating. I will double down on that. Just a Robot's girlfriend is Professor Dreadlock in a dress. I refuse to believe it any other way.
Beckett, I
don't even care if he posts a photo with her. I don't care if she's white as the driven goddamn snow. That's Dreadlock with powder on his face.
At all, but like, I wasn't a fan of him making my avatar cry, and I was like, wow, I was told he was.
I wasn't a fan of him making my avatar cry. Dude, it's because you're a whiner. You did 1 HP voice the entire interview. How else could you be portrayed? Do you need like the fucking the red soda arms crossed being like, well, I'm gonna tell Beckett about the time that Mally and the rest of them were making shit up about me. How else? Are you kidding?
Charitable, and how did he get that drawing so fast? Like, damn. And
how did he get that drawing so fast? You do realize his artists like make shit in like 24 hours, right? Beckett's artists don't fucking sleep. Do you want to know how I know that? Because Beckett sends me all of their fucking artwork within 24 hours of them being made. They are fast. Plus, do you want to... Okay, here's an example, all right? I got an artist to draw this,
and this. You want to know how long it took for the artist to make this?
The blackface stuff?
10 hours, not even.
Oh wow.
Whoa!
Professor Dressler.
I didn't even ask
Mr./Ms. Manchi.
for these. I didn't ask for the blackface. They just did it. And they did it in less than, like, 24 hours. Shut up, Jar.
And like he kind of just
Yeah, it's like if a person's like really good at drawing. I mean, it's just it's something where it's like I don't know. It's like I don't know if he's like looking at it like it's supposed to be like some Picasso. It's like gonna take months or whatever. No, it's like if a person, my thing is this. I just say this because of like times where I've worked on music, for an example. You know, where it's like it's like it's not gonna take me years to just make one song. Like if you're good at making music, then it's like it ain't gonna take you that long. So it's like you're passionate about that type of stuff. But anyway,
these things about me.
This is Dreadlock dressed up with a Marilyn Wayne. True.
Like, oh, Jar said he couldn't be racist because he has a black roommate. I was like, evidence, please.
Right.
And like I don't know, like he kind of, and he's like, oh, Jar, the art CC wasn't planning anything on you. Anyways, here's a bunch of stories they held on to for over to.
They weren't coordinating within the background over all of these years combined to come out with this story eventually. Jar.
That is what you're implying with that. It's like, oh, they have nothing against you, or like they don't have anything planned against you. They all just remembered a story, and they all hated you because of that action of said.
And the funny thing is, it was even with evidence, he'll still figure out a way to get out of it. Cause I showed a video. So there was two videos where it was like one video showed an interaction from one of his fans on Twitter, and then the second video was just like a compilation of all the different comments that I received from his fans. I showed evidence. I guess they were expecting me to do some like deep dive hacking where it shows like where exactly the comment came from, like some security camera where it shows the person following just a robot, subscribing to his channel, watching his videos. That's what they were expecting. But even with evidence, he's still gonna find some sort of argument about it and stuff with the racism. But I'm like, fam, if you got numerous content creators, people of color, where they're saying the same thing about you, then it's like, fam, I mean, it's like, my thing is this: look at the crowd that you influence. I'm saying, like, literally, one of the first few videos you uploaded was you defending the Confederate flag. And people are supposed to, he ended up taking that video down, by the way. So I think that's why he's all like, oh, where's the evidence? It's like, yeah, if you obviously dispose of the evidence, he's acting like he's like the first person to ever, I guess, like, be a criminal or something. It's like, no, bruh. It's like, it's easy for a person to dispose of some stuff, but it's like, yeah, if the evidence is there, then it's like, you gotta answer for that stuff. You're like, oh, well, let me answer it with an argument, or let me answer it with questioning things. And it's like, bro, just own up to that crap. But anyways.
Story. And then when you started getting shit on by everybody, they were like, you know what? Fuck Jar. Let's tell this story now. It wasn't coordination. There was a story that when these girls were reaching out to Beckett, from what I could gather, were saying, hey, there's this thing that happened. And then Beckett went around, asked more people and said, hey, do you know anything about this? And they were like, yeah, I actually know about that. Let me fill in some blanks. That's not coordination. That's called filling in the blanks, Beckett. I mean, a fucking Jar.
Like a year or longer, and I was like, like, yeah, obviously they were waiting for me to be in a vulnerable position to release this. Like, they're cowards. They're not going to come out swinging unless they did.
They're cowards.
So the funny thing is that, so even during that time frame of when me and him was going back and forth at it, and I was making videos defending myself, calling his audience out for crap, it always became an argument. So it's like, all right, well, I guess I won't say anything. Then it's like, oh, well, no, it's all like, we need content. We need you to respond. We need you. So the thing is this: with just a robot and his logic, there's no way of winning an argument with him and stuff. And it's like, fam, nobody's not trying to win an argument or be in an argument with you in the first place. You did something. We're calling you out for it. Just apologize properly for it. That's it. And then don't do the stuff that you've been doing for years now. So it's just, to me, I find it weird how it's like, he says that, like, oh, we're cowards, we're this, we're that, we're, you know, and it's like, fam, you've literally done the same thing. it's like you'll find a reason. It's like, yeah, I might not been getting canceled, but no, it's like you'd seen that I was blowing up. You decide to make a video out of nowhere talking about where I'm at and stuff when people could have just easily, like, honestly, what do you think is gonna take less time? You searching up my name and seeing the one of the latest few videos I uploaded, or sitting down watching a video of just a robot talking about where I'm at. So I'm saying it's like you literally have done the same. So does that make you a coward? Does that overall, like, maybe not in that sense, but it's like, fam, you are trying to like capitalize off of something that's going on. So it's really one of those things where it's like, fam, it's he has a way of doing that. He has a way of doing some hypocritical things where it's like, you do it, oh, it's a problem, but he does it, oh, it's normal. That was just me making a video. That was just me doing this. That was just me doing that. And it's like, man, come on now.
Right.
All in a group. Well, first off, if I'm going to be like brutally honest, okay,
There is in that video a group of people that come together and go, "Yep, we're gonna fill the gaps on this stuff." That's it.
what happened after was them making videos on you. I saw Chuli's video. I saw, what the fuck was that one girl's name? The one that's drawing like a snake woman sort of thing. I don't know. I gotta think about it.
No, I'm totally with you.
But I don't know.
Well, I think I know what video he's talking about. I can't think of the content creator's name too, but yeah, it's like, because a lot of this stuff, like the VidCon stuff, I didn't know of that until people had started bringing it up now. And so, yeah, like, but like prior before that, like, because what they say was like last year's VidCon and 2023, that was like, I was unaware of that stuff. Because I was like I said, I was trying to do any and everything's in my power to just separate myself from all that crap. So, yeah, so there's like a lot of things that I'm hearing about where I'm like, dang, that's crazy, you know, but anyways.
But like, they did that all after the fact. And they didn't release them on the same day. They weren't working in communication or coordination.
And then plus on top of that too, they did, what was the one video that was, I think it was Harley's video where they said that, yeah, it was Harley's video where they said that they were keeping you anonymous. Like, they wasn't like saying your name in the videos when they did talk about it and stuff. And so then, yeah, then recently, you know, with all the crap that's going on, then they start mentioning your name. But it's like to call you out on the behavior and stuff. Like, but the thing is this. Because it's like, why would you want somebody to, I guess, hide that story? Because the thing is this, you want to go to, I guess, like, if there's a VidCon event where all these guys end up going back there again, you still want to be creepy and weird. But you figure, okay, they ain't mentioned my name this time around, so I'm just going to go. Because, yeah, it was like he sat next to the one girl and then was disguised as his voice and then waited until he grabbed her hand and then said his name. Now, I guess they said at the 2024 VidCon, he was, like, sitting around them and stuff. So I'm like, fam, just stop being weird. Like, it's just, but overall, that's why he doesn't want them talking about it, because he does it. It's one of those things where he wants to continue on that behavior, but then it's like when more people bring it up and talk about it, it probably would be a situation where it's like, if VidCon was like, oh, you know, like, who are you, or what association, like, do you have, I guess, like, if, like, try to figure out, like, who he is as a content creator, and then his face gets, you know, like, all out there, and they're all like, hey, this is a guy that you gotta be worried about, and they were like, nah, man, you're banned, you can't come back to any more VidCon events. Oh, he would hate that. I'm telling you right now, he'd make a video, he'll be calling out VidCon, he'll be calling out all the content creators making videos about it and stuff. And it's one of those things that's like, bro, fam, stop being weird. That's it.
Just like, yeah, fuck it, we'll finally do the jar videos.
Has talked shit about me on Twitter. Thuman has, but deleted them. Thuman has made a video about me, but deleted it. I never came at Thuman first. Thuman has always come at me. I've only made...
Hold on. Thuman deleted that video, removed that video for not the reason you think it is, Jar. It wasn't to cover up something about you. There was a section in there that they no longer agreed with and removed it, from what I understand it to be, okay? So Jar is making it out like, oh, well, Thuman deleted this video on me. I can't believe she's going after me a second time. It's like, dude, just because the video wasn't removed doesn't mean that they still don't stand by some of the points within said video.
I don't like the way he's looking at me.
Himpleton is just looking deep into your soul.
made a few slight jabs at Thuman. Like, I made a joke about all of Thuman's friends. Like, I was like, hey, Thuman, Prismate Luke, Creep Shawart, Daft, and now Daft Pina. I'm just saying, you're friends with a lot of interesting people. You got any more I should be aware of? Because I could probably just make a living off of talking about your friends at this point.
So you're basically poking a bear. For what reason? This is Jar's biggest problem, right? If he didn't have the fucking autistic ego of a lifetime, he probably would have been fine. He probably would have been fine. He could have just coasted off of pretending to take credit for all the dramas and ending them when it wasn't even true. If he just didn't have, like Big Bungie said, the worst thing is an autist with an ego. That is the most pathetic line a man has ever spoken. People with autism that have egos are dangerous people. That is the greatest thing that has ever been said in human history, and Big Bungie is the best.
And
yeah, it's like that's the thing with Just a Robot. The thing is this, he'll start something with you, and I guess like if you respond in a way that he doesn't like, then he's looking at it as like, well, you started the drama, and it's like, fam, I was just minding my own business. What are you talking about? Like, yeah, it's just that's how it's always been. I guarantee and I promise you, if people had a reason to call out Just a Robot and they were the ones that throw the first punch, they most likely had their reasons. It's either he's doing something that they don't like, or yeah, he overall started something, but I guess they technically in a way made the first video. It's weird with, yeah, I'm not trying to get inside Just a Robot, like his way of thinking. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be out here talking in some old weird voice, following people around at VidCon events, and just being racist online and doing that. I ain't even trying to do all that. So anyways,
stuff like that, and like Thuman just has this like weird hate boner for me, and I think it might have something to do with the company she keeps and her politics and stuff. And
her politics, who gives a fuck about politics? Who cares? Who cares? Why do people ascribe this shit? Oh, well, it's Thuman's politics that she hates me. No, you're just a dick. No one likes you because you're a narcissistic, egotistical, autistic retard. That is it.
At the surface of what it all is, it's those things. The girls will never say it's because you're an autistic retard. I will speak on behalf of them because they're too afraid to say it out loud. I'll say it. You're an annoying autist. Done. That is all it's ever been, all it ever will be, and you're vindictive. You're a vindictive autist. There we go. Coin that on Jar's tombstone.
Like, if you heard the full call between me and Beckett, like there's a part where he's like, oh, I don't see what the problem is with you at VidCon shaking Ponder's hand, and I'm like, I don't get it either, and he just talks about it in the video, but he doesn't like share his opinions. And I thought it was really weird when Beckett said Jar is a guy who doesn't have his own opinions, and it's like, yeah, I'm autistic.
Yeah, the reason why it was weird, because the person didn't want to be bothered with you. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, I guess, like, if you approach them and just say, like, hey, let's just put this crap behind us. But, I mean, they didn't even want to see you at this event. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's just, fam, again, you're being weird. It's something where it's like, I guess a person that's being weird, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, Just a Robot. It's like, oh, I'm saying Lifetime Network. Like, this is who you guys need to be talking about. But anyways, but yeah, it's like when a person's doing some crazy wild stuff, they don't recognize that they're doing crazy wild stuff. Like, if you look at a movie called Fatal Attraction, do you think that one, the girl with the stalkering issues, you think she recognized, like, well, maybe I am crazy, you know, maybe it was. And sorry if I spoiled the movie for you guys, but I mean, if you want to go watch it, you can pause this video and then go watch the movie real quick, then come back. But to spoil, it's an old movie, so that's why I'm like, I mean, yeah, I don't feel bad for spoiling it, but it's like, do you think that woman felt bad for boiling the kid's bunny? And you're like, yeah, she got like shit. So there was a scene in the movie where what's that? Michael Douglas, his wife and his kid, they came home, the kid's running, so they're like showing like all these different like point of views and stuff. Like, they're showing Michael Douglas, they're showing the wife walking into the kitchen, and then they're showing the daughter running to her like, it's like a bunny pin thing or whatever. So they're just kind of going back and forth. So the mom's getting closer and closer looking at this pot, and then eventually she she opens up the lid, and it's the kid's bunny. And so the kid, like, so they show where it's like, I can't remember which happened first, but anyways, the kid stands up, like, she goes and looks at the bunny pin, and she's all like, hey, my bunny's not there, whatever the bunny's name was. But anyways, regardless of that scene, do you think the stalker woman in that movie, do you think she recognized that she was doing crazy stuff? I'm saying, like, you guys sit down and watch that movie, she didn't recognize any of it at all. Like, that woman, all the way to the end of that movie, she was acting crazy all throughout. There wasn't no, like, well, maybe I need to stop. Like, no, a person don't recognize when they're being crazy, so.
Statistic, I just have change 10% of a video I make so people don't mistranslate me. That doesn't mean I don't have my own opinions, but if I don't have...
You don't! You literally showed that you need to talk to your roommate, girlfriend, Lyle Convoy, and others to have your own opinion.
Even though of the Cinebear video, he was shipping that video out to all these different content creators, and it's like, yeah, the thing is that, like I said, it's like he can't talk on his own. It's like, yeah, and I think that's just one of like just socially just awkwardness that he got going on, where it's like, fam, it's like, I don't know, look in the mirror, have a conversation with yourself. It's gonna probably be crazy. That might be the best thing that you possibly could do. Then maybe he might realize, like, dang, maybe I shouldn't be having these like conversations with people. He's like, wow, like that's honestly, I feel like that's like the best way just a robot can defeat himself. Have a conversation with himself in the mirror. Just see how that conversation goes. I guarantee it's probably one of those things where it's like he's gonna probably be in front of that mirror crying, and his girlfriend's gonna be looking at him like, yep, that man's a nut. Like he is straight up crazy. So, anyways,
saying it with your chest because you're afraid that people are going to shit on you.
Beckett talked about the event. He was like, oh, that's kind of weird.
And Ponder is saying that it's weirder than what it's being said.
And he juxtaposed that with your response to it. God damn it.
My own opinions.
The problem, yeah, exactly. The problem was not the handshake. The problem was the lead up to the handshake and the weird ass DMs you were sending Mally.
Yeah.
And the weird ass stalking that you were doing around VidCon, where Harley has uploaded a video showing the angles of them running away from you.
Yep.
They didn't get you on camera, but it's obvious who they were talking about.
Then doesn't that resolve me of any wrongdoings?
No, it doesn't! You were trying to creepily get Mally to get confronted over YouTube drama at fucking VidCon. And when they said, I don't want to talk to you, you were like, well, we can like meet up for drinks at my room or something. You're such an idiot.
Right,
yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I was just very confused as to, I don't know if it's my autism, it all just really confuses me what the hell is going on, and I don't even know why people are bringing up me.
That's what I mean. It's like a crazy person don't realize they doing something crazy. It's something where it's like, the thing is this. I guess using myself for an example, when I was a kid and I would play Grand Theft Auto, drive on the sidewalks, run people over, take planes, fly them as high as I possibly can, jump out of the plane. I looked at it as, oh, that stuff is normal. I'm like crashing the cars, like get in front of it, start shooting through the windshield, blowing people's heads off and stuff. I'm telling you right now, if it was a thing where like I could go to like prison for the crimes that I committed for Grand Theft Auto, I probably would be serving 100 life sentences right now. But the thing is this, at the time being, didn't even recognize I was doing stuff that was crazy. And then when I play the game now, it's like, I mean, it is just as little as a video game. But yeah, when I overall play the game now, then I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to avoid cars. I'm not shooting at people going crazy, taking planes flying off up in the air, blowing stuff up, doing, like, fam, there would be days where I'm like, I'm just going to go crazy. I'm just going to lose my mind. I'm just going to blow up stuff, shoot at a bunch of different cop cars, getting high-speed chases, all these other, and I'm like, fam, and it's one of those things where I'm all like, why did I do all that? It's fun, though. I should just do it for old time's sake and things. But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't recognize it as crazy stuff. On some real life stuff, though, like when a person's doing something crazy, they're not going to recognize it as crazy, so.
He's saying, what do you call it? Like, oh, my old outro song is big.
It was funny. You used a song.
You need to
like
teach
that.
us
It's
autism is my superpower.
funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. I laugh at it every time. I have no problem with it. I don't care. I think it's hilarious. But you're like a gangly little white boy doing this shit. It's funny.
I never had heard of it. I've seen where people have like mentioned it, but I'm like, I don't care for it. I mean, somebody sent it to me. They're like, oh, this is that video that was being talked about. Then and Chris's video. That I'm like, oh, okay, then I might check it out. But overall, I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I just don't, I guess, yeah, care for watching anything just a robot related. I mean, stuff like this, I'm like, yeah, I find it funny just, people's commentary on it and stuff. But as far as like his own videos, like I have checked out some videos, a couple of videos that he made on me, and I'm like, man, this is just cringy. That's one of the main reasons why I just don't sit down. It's like I gotta separate that stuff. I can't just watch it all together in one point in time. If I had to binge watch all of Just the Robots videos, yeah, I'm becoming a whole villain. Like I can't do that. I gotta watch it. It's gotta be on some like Jeepers Creeper stuff. I gotta watch his videos like every 23 years. Can't watch his videos like all within just like a one-time period. Can't do it.
From
Just
American
can't do
History
it.
X. Like, yeah, it is. I don't think I never denied it. I wasn't like that open about it. I think I only made reference to it in one video, but like, yeah, I was watching.
You know, Beckett's whole video wasn't about you being a racist, right? He brought up one aspect of how the art community has a problem with you saying that you were racist. It wasn't him turning around and saying, well, I think Jar's a racist. No, he even says it. He's like, I'm not the accountability guy. I think your racism's actually pretty funny.
The movie American History X while I was making my channel, and I don't see what's wrong with like making a reference to a song for that movie. I think it's a
Nothing's wrong with the reference. That is not the point.
fantastic movie, and I was so annoyed when he played the clip of me saying it was a fantastic movie. Aside from my only one issue is that the white supremacist main character, his pistol has way too much ammo, and Chud reacts to that, and he's like, "Oh, that was your one takeaway for the movie," and I was like, "That's not a takeaway. That's a problem." Like, oh, I'm so frustrated.
Bro, they were making fun of you for being autistic. You counted the bullets shot out of a pistol.
See, bro. The funny thing is how I just mentioned that he talks about stuff in movies that nobody pays attention to. Oh my god, this is my first time ever. I think I did hear where he mentioned something about that movie and things. And I think, yeah, it's all like people, they'll talk on like the main objective in the movie. And I think was that the movie where the kid from Terminator 2, he got like shot in the bathroom or something. I never sat down and watched that movie, but I think from what I picked up from what I know about that movie, so I think so. The kid from Terminator 2, his older brother, I think, gets out of prison. But yeah, he's racist and all this other stuff. And I think like throughout the movie, he kind of like he has like a change of heart. I think. I don't know. I never sat down and watched the movie and stuff. But yeah, anyways, the brother gets, because I think I remember I watched, it was like this, like some of the saddest scenes in movie history and stuff. And then they showed that part where the kid from Terminator 2, he gets shot in the bathroom. And then yeah, the older brother shows up. He's like screaming, crying, holding his arm, holding him and things. And so I'm like, you're out here talking about stuff. Oh my god. I'm like, fam, I called it, and this is like my first time actually really sitting down and hearing about it. Man, I'm telling you, it's one of those things where I like, man, it's like, fam, it's almost like hitting a trick shot in Call of Duty. Like, it's like you're like, you done jumped off of that building in Modern Warfare 2, hit like a few spin arounds and stuff. Like, oh my god, man, that is crazy.
Most autism thing imaginable. Your one problem with the movie was that you thought the pistol held too many bullets? Were you sitting there going, oh, magazine clip only has 12 shots. This gun shot 15 shots, which means that there are 3 more than what should be in a standard magazine when it comes to a Glock. Bro, they're making fun of you for the autistic observation you said.
Frustrated with how uncharitable people are being with me. It's just driving me insane.
Yeah, I will say it is just like a lot of bad faith.
Oh, come on, Hippie. You can't say bad faith when you're recording this guy and then leaking all these calls later. No, Hippie. You can't call it bad faith. I know this is old. I don't think Hippleton stands by these takes anymore, but no, Hippie. You can't do that.
Yeah, like, and that Toastify guy being like, Jar's a snake. It's like, who are you? I know who they are. They're actually pretty big. But I was like,
did Toastify just get big broed by just a robot? Did that just happen? Has anyone sent Toastify that clip? Hold on. I'm actually going to send that to Toastify. Toastify just got big broed.
and that Toastify guy being like, Jar's a snake. It's like, who are you?
You are a snake. You are a snake.
He is, no. Just based on some of the stuff that I've heard from like his fans and former friends of his. Yeah, he's 100% a snake. You know, maybe not on that same level. It's like Randy Orton type snake behavior, but yeah, you got your own little world of how you go about things, or just overall that. But anyways.
Okay, I know who they are. They're actually pretty big. But I was like, I don't believe I've ever spoken to Toastify. It's like, why do you think I'm a snake?
Yeah.
Because, what do you mean why? Okay, hold on. What do you mean by why? Could it be, can it be Jar?
your public action
Also,
show
Hamilton is
that
doing
you're a
Kubrick
snake,
stare the whole vid.
that your behind the scenes actions that everybody talks about all the time. I knew that Jar was a fucking weirdo behind the scenes before I even got into the art commentary community. I heard rumblings from people that I was like, holy shit, how do you know about Jar? No one liked you.
No, that's fair. Like, what have you done to, like, warrant that?
Huh?
Like, what have you done to warrant that?
My girlfriend whispered into my ear, probably friends of friends.
That is true. That does make sense.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of...
Oh my god, his girlfriend is feeding. Bro, I just got a new one. You want me to, like, really drive Jar's paranoia into, like, the fucking stratosphere? What if his girlfriend... Now, hear me out, chat. What if his girlfriend is, like, an Isabella Janke type situation?
She's whispering in his ear, correcting his verbiage, being like, you know, Toastif, I probably heard that from a friend of a friend that you're a snake. You're actually a good person. Guys, listen, I'm not saying that Just a Robot might, his girlfriend might be pulling an Isabella Janke on him. I don't think anyone's thought of that.
Dang.
She's like a secret 4chaner that's just like, she's like, I know everything about Just a Robot. I'm gonna gaslight him and post everything on Kiwi Farms.
That would be crazy. No, that would be on some stuff where I'm like, dang, I didn't realize it could get any darker. If whoever that woman is came out and said some stuff like, oh, you know what would actually be insane? If, like, I'm like, man, I ain't trying to add to his paranoia, but, like, it's one of those things where if she comes out and she's all like, oh, like, she's like, yeah, I used to be good friends with TMossBoss back when we went to school. I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, wait a minute, timeout. Flag on the play, 10-yard penalty. We gotta go back on this. It is somebody that actually, oh my god. I'm like, fam, I didn't even, no, it'd be one of those things where I think people would definitely look at me as a villain, and it'd be one of those things where I get to looking at my ashy hands, and I'm like, dang, bro, I didn't realize I had it in me. Like, dang, I didn't set her up to do that. And I think there's gonna be a lot of people, Just a Robot's gonna have like just a straight home run crash out, and then people are gonna be looking at me all like, you're the reason for this man's crash out, and I'm like, fam, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know what was going on. Like, that'd be one of those things where I'm like, dang, bruh. I highly doubt that would be the case, but man, that would be one of those things. That'd be one of those things where it'd be like in the season finale of a TV show where it's all like, dang, man, now I gotta wait like a year or two to watch like what happens following up after that. That's like some Euphoria HBO type stuff, man. I know that'd be crazy, but anyways.
I know, Gilded. I needed something to beat up on that was easy today, buddy. Leave me be.
The commentary community goes. There's a lot of, you know, behind closed doors, like allies and stuff like that, you know?
No. I'll be like brutally honest. This whole like behind closed doors allies thing is not.
It's like
really...
the community ain't no different than any other community that exists on YouTube. Yeah, it might be a much more smaller community compared to like the gaming community, for an example. But it ain't like there's like people behind closed doors, I guess, like talking about you. Yeah, if they know about you, then they're probably all like, oh yeah, I've had my fair share of run-ins with that guy and things. But I guess, like, if they've had, like, some really bad experiences, that I'm like, yeah, they'll probably be the only people. But other than that, it's like two people that are within the community and they don't know nothing about you. They're not sitting around talking about you, bruh. It's like they minded their own business. The other person's minded their own business. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just, yeah, his paranoia, it's pretty bad. But anyways.
What it's cracked up to be.
It really isn't.
And the thing is that, in my opinion... For me, my opinion is that the art commentary community...
I am Isabella Yanko incarnate.
...is 50 times more incestuous than the actual commentary community. I believe these people will genuinely sweep up the worst acts imaginable because it will make their side look bad. Instead of us that are like, I don't agree with that take, but fuck it, I'm not going to talk about it because that's what he needs to deal with if he gets shit for it. That's really it. There's a handful of fireside chats once in a while, but we're not sitting there going on sleepy time call with each other like Jar does with a fucking groomer.
Yeah, and that, yeah, like I had them too. I had Lio and Peaches, and then, you know, that kind of went tits up.
Right.
And like, can I explain to you like the whole alliance thing that was going on?
Yeah.
The axis of evil, Hopeless Peaches, Lio Convoy, and Just a Robot. Now, I wish to say that Lio has become more like Italy towards the end of the war.
He's become more like an Italian man. he's now the after the fascists were rolled out by the allies of me, the Americans, me and Beckett of Krabs of the United Kingdom. The Italians, or AKA Lyle Convoy, is looking like he's not really on the side of the Axis anymore.
It was anti-RCC people, which included like Akumu, Gilded Pooh, a lot of Xbox Mafia members, people like that.
Gilded Pooh! Just a Robot is a big fan of you, Gilded Pooh. He wants your endorsement. He wants to be like you, Pooh. How does that make you feel?
Then it was the ArtCC, Mal, Ponder, and all that. And then in the middle, it was pretty much me, Lio, and Peaches in like the middle of all that. And I thought, okay, well, one of these sides is going to fall. And I was trying to like get out of this and like
I didn't realize I was mentioned. You were.
slowly remove myself. But then Akumu finds out about the FCK stuff. Well, he knew about it, but then he actually had proof and he exposes it.
Kill you?
all. And then on top of that, the Rosa call, like people have a problem with that all of a sudden, even though it was public a really long time ago, but no one cared back then for some reason.
For some reason? Okay.
I'm just gonna explain this like really
Was that the girl that I think it was like she was in a call with Lio, and then I just remember hearing it from I think it was people in the art community where so this girl's in this call, Lio, and I think it was like she defended somebody or was a fan of somebody, whatever the case may be, I don't know. But anyways, like Lio and some other creators was just like bullying this girl hardcore. And so like I think that was why he got in a canceled position. But if that's that situation, then yeah, that was unfortunate. I do remember watching that video. If that is the same thing, if it's something else, I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of these things and people that I don't really know in the situations I don't know about. But anyways,
really nicely to the retard in the back of the class that wears a Superman shirt as a grown man. Jar, no one knew about it because nobody gives a fuck about your gay little community except for people A-logging your gay little community like me and Beckett and Akumu and the rest of them. Akumu was already involved in this community for a long time. I strolled in and learned about it for the first time. Most people learned about it for the first time because nobody's paying attention to you idiots. That's why you were allowed to operate as long as you fucking have.
And then Peaches
The minute Shud started looking into you, it was over.
tries to backstab Lio, and then I lose my two biggest like friends, and then I get
Ooh!
Wait a minute.
Did you hear that?
and then Peaches tries to backstab Lio, and then I lose my two
I lose my two what, Jar?
biggest like
So what? Your two biggest so what? Supporters? Almost sounds like a transactional thing you were about to say.
Yep.
Jar, it's almost like you were about to say my supporters. It's almost like you couldn't even call them friends at first. You said supporters.
You might not be the best to ask, but how much you wanna bet when Jar was with Peaches, he didn't say anything bad about her actual appearance.
He never said anything mean about Peaches to her face. Too much of a coward. Too much of a fucking coward.
Chris, what is Earth superhero? P.S. Superman lame.
Batman. It's always Batman. Leon can sit there forever and maul, piss, shit, and cry about Spider-Man. Batman's the best. I don't care that he's a billionaire white man in leotards. He's a badass.
friends, and then I get panicked because like it seemed like most of the anti-ArtCC people didn't like me, and most of the ArtCC people didn't like me, and I felt like I was surrounded by all sides. So I started preparing myself, and
I started preparing myself like you were gonna be invaded like a country.
It's still comical to me that Jar decided to go to a regular commentary channel about Cine and thought that would go well.
So this is why, okay, not to give like Jar an out here, not even an out. I don't even want to give Jar an explanation, but like here's my situation, and Cecil and everybody in chat that's ACC like adjacent people that know the fucking ins and out of the retarded ass community that I'm A-logging. Once Lio was gone and Jar had nobody else who was like a hardened, opinionated individual who's a little harsh, who's the next best person to go to that is an older man in Jar's life or in general doing commentary? Chud Logic. Yet he vastly underestimated how much Chud is genuinely going to fucking rip your asshole open.
Yeah, I think from what I remember when the situation had like very first took place, I think I heard it somewhere where Just a Robot had lied to Chud Logic, and then that's how this like that, I guess, like overall his like whole cancellation had went down, was that Chud Logic, when he found out he was being lied to from Just a Robot, then that's when I was like, Chud Logic, he's somebody where I'm like, dang, bruh, like that's that, like he's that superhero in the superhero movie where a lot of people underestimated him because they probably just saw like, oh, okay. Well, I don't know too much about Chud Logic, and I'm not trying to say anything disrespectful about his channel, but his channel is like relatively smaller than Just a Robot, but I do feel like that he has a lot more going on than Just a Robot. Like I said, before even the whole Cinebear crap, Just a Robot, his channel was dying. I mean, even that's why he was sitting down having to make videos on me. So it's like he's seen himself in a dying state. And overall, he probably did think that Chud Logic would help him out in this situation. But it's like, fam, why would he help you out? What reason would he have to help you out? The thing is this. Chud Logic is in such a good position right now with content creating. I feel like that people are going to look back at this and they're going to be all like, man, we got to give a round of applause to Chud Logic, because it's like, it's like I think it was either a video or a live stream, just started a domino effect for your cancellation. Now, I'm not going to say that that's going to be Chud Logic's career, because I feel like whoever, I'll really sit down and watch his videos, but I'm like, he's somebody where I'm like, he comes off as a level-headed person that's going to look at things in a neutral fashion. He don't have hate for you, but he also at the same time, he's not going to jump if you tell him to jump. So that's just what I picked up off of Chud Logic from just the clips that I have seen of him, that he comes off as somebody where he's like, I can think for myself, I can talk for myself, I don't need help, I don't need assistance, but if people do decide to help and assist me, it's the cherry on top. It's icing on top of the cake, But overall, it's like it's just one of those things where it's like I don't know how he could have possibly helped you in this situation. You defended a pedophile. How is he gonna help you on that? They're like, I guess what? Say like, hey guys, stop hating on this man. That's not gonna be able to do anything. You might as well be shooting a gun with blanks. All right, so it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't see how he could have possibly helped you. And I mean, he possibly could have. I don't know, but I just don't think that, just based on the clips that I have seen of him, that just doesn't seem like the type of person that he is. He's gonna defend somebody for doing something bad. But anyways,
if you fuck up this bad, and you did, you vastly miscalculated what is going on there. That's what happened. He lost his E-Daddy, and he was trying to get a new E-Daddy, and his new adopted E-Daddy that he attempted to have, bitch slapped him so hard it ruined his career.
Thought maybe I could get Cine as...
It was like watching a grown child, like a grown man, just beat the shit out of a redheaded stepchild. That's literally what the Chud Logic interview was. Professor Dreadlocks, Cecil, hear me out. Hear me out, okay? I have a conspiracy about the girlfriend. I need Cecil to hear this directly, because I believe she'll agree with me here. Cecil, the girlfriend, there's two situations happening here. The girlfriend is either Professor Dreadlock in a dress doing AGP style shit with Jar, or the girlfriend is pulling an Isabella Janke and grooming Jar to keep crashing out so she can post on Kiwi Farms about a year from now. I'm going more towards the Isabella Janke stuff. Let me know if you concur with that assessment.
I did say that. I said that, I think in the last video I said, or it was either the last video or video before, where I was all like, it wouldn't surprise me if Just a Robot's girlfriend just came up out of nowhere and dropped. I had to say, like, I don't think there's nobody currently right now that can top Chud Logic's like videos and stuff that he's done on Just a Robot. But if there's anybody that could outdo Chud Logic, it'd definitely be Just a Robot's Girlfriend. That's something where I'm like, I don't care where I'm at. I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care what time of the day it is. I'm like, fam, I could be asleep in the middle of the night. If I check my phone, half asleep, glasses is sitting sideways on my face, but somebody's all like, oh, Just a Robot's Girlfriend just dropped an exposing video on him. I'm like, fam, my thing is this. I would have to wake myself up as I am doing the reaction video. I would I'm saying I would run full speed to a corner store. I would get back into drinking Red Bulls just so I could have the energy to check out that video, because I know that will be the video where I'm like, fam, even on my wedding day, I'll be sitting there holding my fiance's hands, and then all of a sudden somebody just holds up my phone and they're all like, hey, there's a Just a Robot's Girlfriend just dropped a video on him. I'm like, okay, Pastor, we gonna have to. I already know I'm gonna say I do. She's gonna say I do. I'm like, okay, give her a kiss, kick my feet off up in the air, to hold my ring out, say I'm married, everybody, and then I'm running straight home. I'm like, but no, it's okay, maybe not on my wedding day, but I'm just saying this is one of those things where I'm like, yeah, there'd be a lot of different events, some events where I would have to be like, okay, this event's gonna have to be put on hold because I'm gonna have to check out that video.
Like an ally, and obviously that blew up in my face, and it's just. Like, I also wanted to help her, of course. Like, I won't lie, there was a part of an ulterior motive, but I truly did believe, like, oh, she's not a groomer, and, you know, if people...
That's the thing, sister. The problem is that Chud covered it before over a cancellation video, not an active drama video. Vastly underestimated that.
People don't think she's that.
Are you insinuating Professor Dreadlock is a tranny? Or that he did... and his alter is the GF potentially not invested enough.
I mean, look at whatchamacallit, the dude. Dang, what was the name of that guy from the Psycho movies? Norman Bates. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's like, you know, got a good old fashioned Norman Bates living with him.
Already left at that. Fuck, Cecil. Come on, can't you see? Can't you see, Cecil? The parallels between Chris Chan and Just a Robot, getting on calls with his ops, crying to people, getting upset at people, covering him, becoming a lol cow, mooing all the time, and a woman just magically enters his life, and she's whispering in his ear, helping him with his videos, talking to him about how to talk to people. Come on. It's an Isabella Janke situation. I'm sure his girlfriend, if she is real, is a very nice person, but I like to believe that she is trying to Isabel Janke him.
Then she might have it.
We're gonna hear that she put like hamsters in a fucking microwave and exploded them. Are you accusing Jar of being an ACC version of Emmanuel Macron? Okay.
Chance to make it out of this, but now I realize how stupid I was being. And like, this is the third time I've been canceled for trying to help someone. The first time.
Oh my god, this is the third time. This is the fourth time I've been canceled to help somebody. Okay, listen, you can remove all the retarded times. This time is really important because you tried to help a groomer and didn't do the research right. Did the original video, which is everything that it should have been, and then changed it because you saw Kumo do 2 debates beating retards about the drama that barely knew anything about it. This is why it's a bit more important, Jar. I think Jar wanted City to be part of the Tipster harem. No, he wouldn't want to share City with Tipster. I don't even think City is, like, Tipster's type. City Bear's, like, gross. I will not get the medallion. I will never buy the medallion. I already have, like, some weird-ass Hulkroxes in my fucking house right now. These Boblax plushies are scaring me. I don't like having them around me anymore. I see the one on my desk, and it scares me.
I bully. He's really trying to defend Just a Rose. Like, bro, just it's one of those things where I'm like, man, just let it go. Honestly, just let it go. That's the best thing that you possibly can do in this situation right now. It's like you trying to defend this, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, there's probably gonna be some fans of his that's defended him, but then there's others where it's like you don't really see them coming out in no videos defending Just a Robot because they know that they get canceled too. They see what Just a Robot's going through. They like, nah, I'll defend him through comment sections, tweets, posts, and stuff like that. Have like little personal conversations with him behind the scenes, but as far as like actually like doing what they did before, they're not gonna do that. But I'm like, it's one of those things to save yourself the embarrassment. Just let it go, man.
I haven't moved that thing since I found out everything that happened. I'm terrified to even look at it.
Hurts less each time. Believe it or not, when the whole Toby situation happened, I actually got so stressed out I broke out.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. By the way, I love your new avatar.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, fucking some artist made it for me, and it's really cool. But yeah, so as usual, man. Like, if I know that you wanna do all this on your own, and I definitely respect it. But just let me know if there's anything I can do to be helpful.
No,
to
he
you.
has to do it on
And-
his
Okay,
own.
well,
This is not helpful, Himpleton. This is just making me hate Jar even more.
here's what I was thinking. Since you helped me out so much, now I'm not going to tell you what to say. Okay? I'm not
Yeah.
going to tell you what to say. You can say whatever you want.
Sure.
Why would you preface it like that? Why, Jar? I could just be the most uncharitable prick imaginable. You're like, Jar's coaching Himpleton. He's coaching Himpleton. That is like, it already doesn't sound good when you say something like that. So you can say whatever you want, but if you want to say this thing that I'm definitely telling you to potentially say, you could say it if you wanted to.
Like it or hate it. And I won't show you it beforehand for any pointers or anything like that. I'm just going to ask for that from my girlfriend and my roommate. Although I want to make this clear, I don't blindly take into what they have to say into account. Both my
Also,
roommate and my neighbors told me to make fun of the allegation.
My neighbor. Why is the neighbor involved still?
He did talk about that. I was all like, man, it's something where if I'm in just the robot shoes, I wouldn't tell my neighbors about my videos. I wouldn't want to tell nobody about my videos. It's one of those things where it's like, even though I did say that a crazy person doesn't recognize when they're crazy, I feel like there's something in the back of their mind where they are seeing it. And there's like a certain line that they don't want to cross. Yeah, it's something where I imagine his neighbor definitely, if his neighbor still talks with them, I'm like, yeah, that's, I guess, man, but I feel like it's one of those things, if that neighbor moves away, they're not going to be talking with you still. It's one of those things where it's like, nah, bruh, they're going to move away from that, they're going to be perfectly happy, fine, living life and things, but yeah, it's one of those things where, I wouldn't tell my neighbors. If I'm just a robot, I wouldn't want my neighbors or anybody to know about my videos.
Oh, bro, that poor neighbor of Just the Robot. Imagine his neighbor. I can picture his neighbor, like, sitting outside, having a cigarette, and Just the Robot comes out, just sweating. He's like, I'm being canceled on YouTube. And he runs up to his neighbor. He's like, I don't know what to do.
And I told them, like, yeah, no, I'm not just going to make jokes the whole time. I'm not going to do that. This is a little bit, like, rough. But, like, my neighbor kept on telling me that it feels like I'm being called out for
Autism never excuses an action if it is malicious
Or predatory.
I have said that forever.
nothing. Like, his son found out about it. He told
Apparently his neighbor is in his, like, 60s and MAGA. No, he's not.
wow.
You're lying to me, Sarah.
You're lying.
I did not know
No
that.
fucking
I
way.
don't know why. I was like, I thought the neighbor was young or something, but yeah, that's crazy. That's some crazy stuff. That's a man just probably trying to enjoy his retirement, and then it's like you're approaching him with some stuff. He probably don't even know what's going on, but anyways.
His neighbor is sick. Bullshit.
You're lying to me. You're
Yeah.
lying. You're just straight lying. That's total cope. It's total bullshit. No way. If Jar's neighbor is 60 years old and giving him advice on how to respond to YouTube drama allegations, I'm gonna fucking cry. Apparently Jar's neighbor is some crazy alt-righter. I don't care about his politics.
Yeah.
But if he's like in his 60s, giving Jar advice on how to navigate YouTube drama, Jar, pack it up. Pack it up. Pack it up.
dad, and his dad, like, listened,
It's not cope.
You've got to be kidding.
and he was like, wait, that's it? This sounds like he went there to VidCon to, like, rape someone with how people are talking about it. Anyway.
Nobody accused you of rape.
Yeah.
No one said you were going to rape anybody.
Says you
People
being
said it was
weird.
weird that you were
Yeah.
like, I have to meet up
Mr.
with
Jones, can you help me with my drama with Chad?
you. Yeah, Mr.
Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Since you helped me out so much, to repay you, once my video is ready, before it goes live, I'll send it to you, like 1 minute, like a couple minutes early, so you can, like, set up a stream and react to it, so you get, like, first in line to talk about it.
Yeah, man, that'd be
Wow, that's not going to really do anything.
It's like it was still a bad response video.
Himpleton got exclusive rights to react to Jar's response video first. Yeah, who cares? Who gives a shit?
That's weird.
awesome. I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, now, again, not telling you what to say. You can
I know.
say whatever you want. Yeah, I want to make that crystal clear. I'm not
Yeah, Kumo did. He said, oh, just a robot could have raped you. But from the way that Jar is talking, he's making it sound like, because he also said in the video, in context to the VidCon stuff, he's like, well, they're making it out like I'm trying to sexually assault somebody when no one said that. So it could go either way. It's either about Kumo accusing him of being a potential rapist, or in his delusional brain thinking the girlies from ACC were accusing him of sexual harassment. It's ridiculous.
Saying, yes, say a bunch of nice things about my video to make me look like a good person. I'm not saying that. Just react however you want to react to it, and after this is all over, I'm actually going to be leaving this Discord behind because I kind of just want to be like left alone on my little island and just talk to editors. But I will add you on my new Discord, and if you ever need information about...
You just said that you don't want to be in Discords, yet you've created a whole new Discord. Just DM your fucking editors. Just DM your editors. Yeah. What are you doing making a Discord?
Something, hit me up, and I'll, like, after I think it over, I'll see if I can send it to you or figure out what I have, because, like...
Jar mentioning
I would
break
kill.
without the G makes him very suspicious.
Yeah.
No one was accusing him of that.
No one.
Other than Kumo.
Yeah, other than Kumo.
But he's restarted without the S.
True. Also, I really...
That's a new one. That is a new one. He is restarted without the S. I shouldn't laugh at that, but it is funny, man. That's some wild stuff. But anyways, that's just how he is. You know, it's like people, I guess they will call him out on his behavior. He'll find a way to flip it on something else. So it's like, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this. Address this thing. Stop talking about stuff they ain't not one person. If one person mentioned it, you talk to that one person about it. But if we're accusing you of other stuff, you need to address that. So anyways.
Really need to know what Jar was saying to his editors and people behind the scenes when he saw, like, me react to it immediately, and others. I need to know. I need to know. I need to know. Please. I need to know these things, because I would kill for one of those people to leak me that conversation. I would murder a fucking family to have those. I hope it made him really angry that me and Toastify were just shitting on his response video.
Just sucks that the ArtCC is going to use this, and I'm being attacked from what seemingly feels like all sides. And I really...
It is all sides. You suck. No one likes you.
It's like, you wronged a lot of people. What did you expect?
You defended a groomer.
Hope I can make it out of this, and I know I can, because I keep telling myself every time I'm...
You can literally just keep uploading and be fine, Jar. You really could. You could. If you never touch drama again, you'd be fine.
And the thing is this. It's like, if he... Dang, I was getting ready to make a point, and I just completely forgot what I was going to say. Dang, man. I hate when that happens. Like, I was getting ready to say something good. Okay, so no, actually, no, that's all I was going to say. Is that... let's say it was me that did the video, right? Defending Cinnabare. I feel that it probably I already know Just a Robot. Oh, he definitely would have made a video talking about that and things. But and I think that's what he usually has to take. He has to see people that he don't like talking about something that, he's questioning and things. And I think if I would have did that video, he definitely would have been talking about it. But no, overall, I feel like the difference between if I would have did that video versus him doing that video is that if I had did that video, people would have got on me about it, and they'd be like, nah, bro, you gotta do research on that. You gotta, like, no, that's a horrible take. That's this, that, blah, blah, blah. And it's something where it's like, I wouldn't have had all these different people that, I guess I had met throughout content creating, where they were like, oh, now we're going to expose TMossBoss now that he did this video and things. But no, and it's like, dude, you look at you, it's like, yeah, that's what happened to you. But it's like, that's the thing. I don't go out of my way, I guess, like, throughout my content creating career trying to wrong people or getting into it with people and stuff. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, you brought this on yourself, man. It's like, not even so much the Cinnabare crap, but just all the other things, like having it where there's people, from, like, your past, like, calling you out on stuff. It's like, yeah, bro, you brought that on yourself. The thing is this, if you just learn how to leave people alone, you wouldn't be going through no stuff right now. But anyways.
Like, there's no way around this. I keep telling myself, I didn't groom a minor.
I know Nova.
Exactly,
Don't do those two things, you can always come back.
Exactly. You're going to be fine, man. And like,
wait, they did. Yeah. He said he did what with the dog? Oh nah, bro. You is even if that is like something surrounding you, I'm like, bro, that's That's just weird, man. Nah, you use a weird one. That just don't even make no sense. I'm like, how did that conversation even get started? That's just weird.
One little thing that I wanted to bring to you, other than obviously like we've talked about this, and so no rush at all. And like we'll wait to fully have a conversation about this until all of the responses out there, and you're seeing how things are going and stuff. But I've started like doing kind of my deep dive on Lio, so that's
When was this uploaded? 3 months ago?
Oh, so this is like a month after the
drama
situation.
was fucking dead and gone.
it's beginning.
I know, and I'll give you a heads up. You're not the only one.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, like Lio.
I would have, dude. I have a weird feeling that they were talking about fucking 90s router. Imagine.
I want to make this clear. He has helped so many people. He has
Sure.
helped so.
Jar reminded himself of something? Wait, reminded himself of something. What do you mean?
Imagine ducking up so badly that the ACC, regular commentators, and literally everyone is.
And like
dunking
we'll
on
wait
you.
to fully have a conversation about this until all of the responses out there, and you're seeing how things are going and stuff. But I've started like doing kind of my deep dive on Lio, so that's beginning.
I know, and I'll give you a heads up. You're not the only one.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, like.
Or this was when Jar was gonna be making his video on Lio. No, this was after the fact. Jar kind of dropped it after he got into his shit.
Lio. I want to make this clear. He has helped so many people. He has
Sure.
helped so many people in ways. He went above and beyond helping people. He's called suicide hotlines for people. He's given me money before. He gave me $100.
Lio fucking Convoy, okay? I know this was in the past.
Stop sending retards money. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. 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 Never again, Lio.
He's resolved arguments. He has done so much good. But every time he does something good, he seems to also do something bad. And I'm not a fan of him referring to Gilded Poo as a zoophile enthusiast. I'm not happy with him calling a 15-year-old school over an internet argument, even if he was concerned. I think it's really weird that he adopts adult on the internet to come live with him. As far as I know, it's not a sex.
Yeah, but you thought that all of that was weird, but you didn't like confront him on it at all? You didn't do any of that?
Actual thing, but it's still it's a very odd thing to do.
Absolutely, it's still very strange.
Yeah, I'm not accusing him. It's just I know of no one else who does that. And every time I try to bring this up to like someone who likes him, they're like, "Oh, plenty of people adopt." And I'm like, "Not
adult."
Dude, but you never brought it up to Lio in of himself. You just kind of like continued to allow Lio to operate in this manner without checking him like once. Are you kidding?
I think you're missing the strange over the internet. I think you're missing the strange part of that. And he's a very odd individual, and I think that's why I hung around him so long, because I am a connoisseur of cringe. And as soon as I became friends with him, it only took a couple of months for Coyote Lovely to be outed for hitting on hypnotist Sappho. And it's not like me and Cinny where he just said, "Want to see a picture of my cock followed by a picture of a chicken." It was him hiring artists to draw him licking Sappho's butthole.
Why are you trying to compare yourself to fucking Coyote Lovely? Everyone knows Coyote Lovely was trying to get in Sappho's pants. Everyone knows that. That doesn't change the actions of how you were conducting yourself, all right? You conducted yourself in an inappropriate manner. You said some dumb shit during an interview that you thought was good. You changed your entire video because you saw one guy that you are now saying is Hitler do good in a debate online with two people. You're a retard.
So he was saying that about, I think, the Kumo person, not about... Okay. My mistake. I misheard. But anyways.
Right, which is crazy.
Yeah, and I was just like thinking, I'm like Sappho's is the second most famous zoophile on the internet.
Yeah,
maybe arguably the first, but I still think Hero the Wolf is the most famous. And I'm just thinking, I am next to like fame here. This is like imagine.
I'm next to what?
Famous zoophile on the internet.
Yeah,
maybe arguably the first, but I still think Hero the Wolf is the most famous. And I'm just thinking, I am next to like fame here. This is like imagine hanging out with someone.
I'm next to
imagine
fame?
hanging out with a girl who is currently in the DMs of like the sexual DMs of Donald Trump. It's like you feel like you're next to not greatness, but something interesting. Like
what?
I'm sorry.
Brother, Jar, you aren't as bad as Coyote Lovely, but you were literally simping for
I'm
a
sorry,
groomer.
what?
What are you talking about?
Are you comparing Caro the Wolf and Hypnotist Sappho drama to like Donald Trump drama? Jar, do you understand that YouTube drama and all this shit doesn't really fucking matter in the real world?
Yeah.
You know, if Donald Trump was caught like grooming a kid in DMs, that would be infinitely worse.
Yeah. But it's, that's something I've said that before, not like regarding this situation, but just overall talking about content creating. It's like people don't know us. We can't have this established, like content creating career like carry out in other, unless you're like well known. Like if we're talking like not the Kai that they're talking about, but somebody like Kai Cenat or PewDiePie, where it's like, yeah, they could go somewhere and possibly get recognized. But like somebody like myself, my thing is this. If I go to Foot Locker and I'm like, hey, I want a free pair of shoes. I'm like, you know who I am. I'm TMossBoss. Look my name up. And I'm sitting there like this on the counter. They're going to be like, sir, them Jordans that you just pointed at, for one, we don't have them in your size. And two, they're going to still be $200 regardless of whoever you are. Even if I am a famous person, I still feel like it would be the same business. I'll go in there and I'm just like, oh, hey, it's like I want to get these in the size. They're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to lose my job because you're famous. Like, yeah, it's one of those things. I'm like, yeah, that's a bad example. I'm like, you can't compare YouTube stuff to like if the president of the United States, if he were to get caught up doing half of the things that goes on the internet, yeah, he'd probably be facing some prison time right now. So, anyways,
public stage, infinitely worse. What are you talking about?
Like, obviously, Sappho is not a great person, but it's like, I don't know.
We need Donald Trump to tweet about the FCK server. All he has to say is hashtag Nezzy Monster New. and we can make all the blue check marks in the ACC community shit their pants. Thank you, Sargon.
Not a great... I'm trying to word this properly, but you get what I'm saying, right?
No, I completely understand what you mean.
I walk into if Donald Trump... Bro, did you not hear the comparison that Jar made to the Hypnotist Sappho and Coyote Lovely drama and how he felt about it? Lyle, you should rewind a little bit.
Well-known person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like it is interesting being on this corner of the internet because I talked about Creepshow art before the lolcow leaks happened, and just a few months later.
Oh, is it crazy that I talked about Creepshow art being a piece of shit?
Cool. No one cares.
Her downfall happens, and I realized, oh my god, I was part of the downfall of the person who lost the most percentage of subscribers during a cancellation in YouTube history.
James Charles did that. Didn't James Charles have that?
Jigsaw.
I did. I just hate that part.
Yeah, James. I was like, that's the name where he got canceled for some stuff because I guess like there's just way too many things about him coming out where he's having all these like weird inappropriate conversations with like high schoolers and stuff. Yeah, that's a name where I'm like, I don't get that. I don't get his behavior. But anyways,
so hold on, just back up with me real quick. Let's just roll it back. The James Charles situation lost more subscribers than Creepshow Art did, no? Then on top of that, just because you made a video earlier, yeah, you were in the drama and you talked about the drama. But like, you weren't one of the contributing factors to her downfall. I think the Emily Artful shit is like what really kicked it up a notch. But that's just me. It was Creepshow? I thought James Charles had it worse than Creepshow. Nobody remembers Jar during the Creepshow art drama, in my opinion. No, I don't believe anyone remembers Just the Robot in Creepshow art. I think everyone remembers, like, the Emily Artful fallout.
Dang, somebody say 2 million subscribers lost. Dang, that's crazy.
Way more impact.
I got to be a small part of it, but a part nonetheless. And this...
Okay, at least you're acknowledging that it was a small part. That you aren't, like, one of the big guys in it.
Is one thing I do love about drama and why I think it's I don't know.
You know what? Creepshow art should come back. Just start making content again. All of your ops are dead. All of your ops are dead, Creepshow. Come back. Just start uploading again. All your ops are gone. They're retired. They've been pushed out. Welcome back, Creepshow art.
I will gladly welcome Creepshow Art back into the community. I will endorse Creepshow again.
If I should quit it
Make Creepshow Art great again.
or not, because it just feels so interesting. It's very dangerous because, like, obviously I could just talk about media all day.
Okay.
She kind of did, though.
And almost never.
Creepshow owns CSAM. I do not remember that. I take it back. I take it back. I don't remember that. I didn't remember that. Okay. I didn't remember that. Didn't remember that. I take it back.
Ever get canceled, but drama is just so fun, dude. It's just so much more
Total jokes, and then it became real serious real fast.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a thrill. I do understand that. But yeah, I mean, the only reason I was
I don't even get. So he says that it's fun. I'm like, fam. I'm like, yeah, maybe for you it's fun, but I'm like, I guess for somebody that's trying to like get out of that stuff. I just think it's things like that where I'm like, nah, bro, you just got mental issues. You got something going on with you. It's like, I don't get how somebody can. And I'm like, the funny thing is, look where drama done led you. It was drama that you didn't even need to be in. The crazy thing is, all this stuff like going on with Cinnabear, you're pretty much like, all right, so it's just like, let's say it's like there's like something on the side of the road, like a burning building of some sorts, right? The thing is this, you don't know how that burning building went about. You don't know what overall, like, what reason it had for, like, burning up, going off in flames. You're driving down the road. You immediately swung your car to the right and drove full speed into this building. That was pretty much you with this Cinnabear crap. Now, look, now it's like, the thing is this, you're catching fire for some stuff, and it's like, you didn't even need to be involved. So I'm like, it's like, you still think drama is fun after this situation? Yeah, you got mental issues, bruh.
asking about, or talking about the Lio thing is just because, like, again, and I know that I've said this, and, like, we'll talk about it more once the response is out, but I just want you to keep on thinking about it. Like, it would just be a shame if that...
Yeah, there was a lot of things wrong with the Creepshow Art stuff. Guys, I can make a joke. If you think I'm serious, you're crazy.
whole giant script that you wrote, like, went to waste, even if it's just, like, research-wise. So, just think about it.
Well, yeah, it was a very, very rough draft, and it's hard to understand my wording. I understand that I'm dyslexic.
Oh, ew. That's gross. Yeah, Creepshow Art shouldn't come back.
You guys took that fucking speech seriously.
can understand what I write, but if you do get it, just so you know, I sometimes spell
Time to get... Fuck you.
I already disavowed the fucking joke speech.
later as ladder.
Yeah, that's
and
fine,
sometimes
dude.
I mix up my hows and who's.
That's totally fine.
Letters dance around.
Dude, literally
How and who have the same letters, so
the
I
only-
mix them up sometimes.
Legit, the only reason I wanted is because of the
I
research.
have one of the worst cases of dyslexia in the world. Like, I think...
To be fair, Creepshow Art never left. Yeah, I heard that there's like a secret channel out there. I heard about that. There's a secret channel that she's been doing out there. I don't know the name of the channel. I don't really care to start looking for it, but I heard that she's out there. In the
Creepshow
midst.
Art owns CSE myths just sad times for minors dude. Why is just about everyone online creeps?
I don't know.
Skull.
I don't know, man. Why can't people just like get into drama? It's like, oh, you banged this person, they're an adult. Like, why can't that just be the drama? Why does it have to involve kids?
I might be close to, like, the person with the worst case of dyslexia, but,
Well, that's okay. Literally, dude, the only reason...
No, I combat thee, just a robot. You do not have the worst case of dyslexia.
Yeah.
I know who has the worst case of dyslexia, and that bald motherfucker can't write to save his goddamn life, okay? You know how to at least string sentences together.
I want it is because of the research anyway. Like, I don't care about the wording or anything like that.
okay, well, just so you know, I'll give you one more just for now, but because I really need to think about it right now.
Yeah, that's totally fine, man. Yeah, totally fine.
One more thing I'll give you is that he was yelling at a girl, well, they, them. They go by they, them pronouns.
Oh my god, who gives a fuck?
But they go by Rin. They're also known as Fish, Lizard, Dot, Sip, and a few other names. They
Oh god, the Rin call. Ugh.
recently blocked me over this whole Cine situation.
Sure.
But yeah, they're on the spectrum. They barely have any friends, and Lio was trying to get them off the internet
They're on the spectrum. Okay, god, who cares?
permanently, and I was like, I thought that was like such an awful thing to do
It's the most fuck shit I've done all day today. Is like the fuck.
because they have no real
I swear to God, this channel will not exist in another year.
life. They're isolated with no job, no
I'm getting way too comfortable.
friends. To take them off the internet, that's like the last thing they have, and I thought that would make them spiral. And Lio was like yelling at them while they were in the closet, and I was left just like a nearly 40-year-old man is yelling
Technically, now we get along just fine. We bond over making fun of Jar, kind of based.
at someone who is both figuratively and literally in the closet because they
But Ridge should get off the internet. They should not be on the internet anymore. But just based on the things I've heard about them.
haven't outed themselves to their parents yet.
Right.
And Lio has Rin's father's phone number.
versus
Oh, Jesus.
That's one of the ways Lio pulled me into a call because my parents weren't aware of this situation yet, and I was scared that Lio would call my parents because Lio, while I was being while I was dealing with the 13-year-old grooming allegations, Lio leaked. Not leaked, but Lio called me on my personal phone, and that kind of creeped me out a little bit. Like, I'm glad he was checking up on me, and he called me multiple times. I was asleep.
Wait a minute! Just a Robot thought Lio was gonna call his parents?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's definitely. You could tell Just a Robot. He's one of those guys that's like, if you see him walking home with a group of kids, you better call the cops. But anyways, the thing is this. That's something that I never hid from. I never hid it from my family. I never hid it from coworkers. I never hid it from customers. I never hid it from friends. I never hid it from anybody who I am when it comes down to being a content creator. Because that's the thing where it's like a lot of the times, and this might sound like a little sad or depressing, but I'm gonna try to like cover it up though. People that I know, like, it's like very rare when I see or have, or like somebody tells me that they were watching my videos, unless like they're following me on like whatever platform and stuff, So the thing is this: people may watch my videos, but that's the thing. I've never had that conversation where it's like, oh, you're different than. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I think if anything, people have said that I'm quiet in person compared to like how I am in a video and stuff. But that's one thing that I've never had to worry about is if like my parents sat down and seen a video that I uploaded, a video that they seen somebody else upload of me. Yeah, if my parents question me about a video that they seen of me on the internet, I'm like, oh yeah, that was that video. I'm like, I don't know what you really expect from that and things, because I'm trying to think. I don't upload crazy videos on the internet, so. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of a video where it's like, yeah, I don't think there ain't not one video. I've said this before. I'm not embarrassed by any of the videos or any videos that's been made about me. It's like, yeah, if my family sees a video about me on the internet, they just gonna be all like, man, you got some haters out there. And then we go on doing whatever it is that we're doing. But yeah, that's something where I'm like, fam, what are you worried about? What are you scared of? And that's something, and the funny thing is, that is something that I had said numerous times throughout my drama with Just a Robot. He has never, it's probably like people that he trusts, but I already know for a fact that his family, they would question him on the videos that he uploads. They're like, why are you doing these videos? Like, you could have a good job. You could have something good going for yourself. Why are you doing these videos? Like, man, come on now.
Ain't you a grown-ass man?
Exactly.
Why does anyone need to call your parents? You're almost in your 30s, homie. I was nervous that Lyle Convoy was gonna call my mom.
Haven't you had that conversation with your parents already to be like, hey, if you get a call and they're like, hey, your son Just a Robot, X, Y, and Z, just hang up on them. Don't even talk to them.
Yeah.
Have you not had that convo yet? You have terrible OPSEC, Jar.
Because I was working the night shift, but Lio is just. I think he has so much potential to do good, but he does so much bad as well. And
hold on for 1 second. Gotta do something real quick. All right, just had to do some things real quick. But anyways, back to the video.
You literally, Just a Robot, cannot say that about anybody. I'm pretty sure there's more leaked calls of you than there are of Lio in the world now.
I don't think. Wait. This is the most important thing I need to tell you about Lio.
Yeah.
He used to be this cool, edgy, blood sports kind of guy, but once he got and I liked him back then because he was the exact person I liked, someone who was edgy but still called trans people by their preferred pronouns, and I was like, oh, like that's the kind of guy I like.
Sure.
But then the ArtCC audience started coming into his Discord more and more and pushing out more and more of the edgy people, and this is why I hate the ArtCC. Every time I want to talk about animated stuff, I want to talk about cartoons. The problem is they always infest these spaces, and every time I find something that's mine, they come in and slowly push the people I like out, and they leave.
How about you just don't give a shit?
How about you don't care? How
about you don't care?
My question is, it's like, what are you saying that it's, I guess, like, if people have an issue, and that's the thing where it's like, when you kind of, conduct a little investigation, hear what he said about like how he acts at a like if he has a job and how he be acting there. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, well, you have to be saying something in order for them, I guess, to have a problem with what you're saying. So, anyways.
Of that, how about you stop caring? If you want to make your own content, just do it. Who cares about the art commentary community? Why are you that concerned about it? How are you this weak and pathetic and frail? Who cares? Who actually gives a compounding fuck? If you want to make a video about cartoons and shit, mind your own damn business.
Me by myself, and here's the thing: I'm not edgy enough for the edgy people, but I don't like it when these people are around either, and it's just really rough, man. And Lyo's personality changed. Like, I remember when he would tell people to KYS, like tell them to like.
Oh, I remember when Lyo told people to kill themselves. I really liked him because of that.
Oh wow.
Oh my god, who cares? People tell people to kill themselves all the time. It's the fucking internet. Any dumbass with a Twitter account can do that. How does that make you a fan of them? That's crazy. People change. Woo! Thank you for the 10.
Remember when Jar told Marley, if you don't want to be talked about, stop talking about me?
Yeah.
This MF needs to take his own advice and stop mentioning the ACC every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Skull.
True. It would be smart.
It's
But
funny
he won't
how
do
it's
that.
just he uses that logic, or he uses that, and it's like, fam, people have said the same thing to you, and then you like go and respond with an argument. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know, if you're gonna be saying stuff like that, follow your own advice, you know. But anyways,
Thank you for the 10, Kabuto. You guys have been super cool today. Appreciate it.
Find a news and jump and make sure it's nice and tight when they jump. And now, and then he was like whining about like Peaches making him watch an anime, and I was just like, he's changed so much, and I kind of miss how he used to be, because like, yeah, he was edgy, but he was still like reasonably edgy. You know what I mean?
No, I totally get that.
And I tried. I didn't want him to get canceled, dude. I didn't. I told him, please sit down and talk with Akumu, please. And he didn't. Well, actually, I didn't push hard enough because like I didn't want to come across as desperate. I just told him like once or twice, but I really wanted him to sit down and talk with Akumu, and he didn't. And things between him and Akumu escalated, and then it was the final straw that broke the case.
My god, Lyo, I can't believe Just a Robot tried to get you and Akumu to sit down. Be friends, break bread. If you only listened to Just a Robot, if you only listened, could have saved you. What the fuck is this?
Camel's back, and it was just, oh man.
No, I totally get that, man.
Yeah, and even in my script, I tried to defend him in certain areas. Like, I tried to say, I don't think Lyo's lying here. I think he's just, like, getting things wrong because of what people have told him. And I do wish the best for
Thank you, MZB. Appreciate
him,
it.
because he has helped me out so much. But now that I'm on the receiving end of it and seeing how uncharitable he's being with me, I guess I was right not to trust him anymore. And I still, like, was tricked by him, and I gave him stuff that he used against me. And
Lyo, how could you? You tricked this poor autistic man? How could you? How could Lyo Convoy?
yeah, I think it's safe to say I'm like, yeah, Just a Robot and Lyo. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It might be one of those like them friendships where it's like, yeah, they say things about each other, but you know, they still gonna be cool with each other at the end of the day. But I don't know. I think it's safe to say you ain't gotta have to worry about them doing no videos or helping each other out no more. But anyway,
Trick this poor, defenseless, dyslexic, autistic man. You didn't even do anything like that nuclear, homie.
I do wish the best for him, but if you do talk
I wish the best for him, but he totally snaked me, and no one should trust him.
about him, please don't go too hard on him, because just make sure you also mention that he's done so much good for so many people.
Yeah, I'm not interested in making a hit piece. I'm interested in making an objective kind of retrospective, if that makes sense.
I used to be the same way, but every now and then your personal feelings like seep in.
That's true.
No, what? If you're making an objective piece, you must remain objective. Just because you, Jar, are a vindictive autist doesn't mean that everybody is going to be vindictive. Woo!
Jar wouldn't survive an episode of Game of Thrones.
No, he'd be the worst character. He'd be like fucking fuck. I can't think of any references of Game of Thrones right now. It's like actually pissing me off.
Jar complaining about anyone tricking him is just
Oh
peak
fuck. Who's the guy that got his Who's the guy that got raped? He was a part of that group. They're like a pirates or something, or like they have like a fucking fleet of ships, and one of them gets caught by the Flayed clan or whatever. Fuck, I don't remember anything about Game of Thrones, but there's a guy that's like fucking tortured and raped, and he becomes like fucking fuck. I don't remember.
My dang.
Rake? Was that his name? Reek. Yes, Jar is Reek. Jar has been brutally raped and tortured.
What?
Theon, thank you.
That was in the. I've never sat down and watched Game of Thrones. I'm like, man, that show. That's one of those things where I'm like, I've heard stuff about that show. I've never sat down and watched it, but I've heard things about it where I'm like, bro, they actually they showed that. It like I mean that okay, I guess. I just remember when it ended, then that's when I was all like, yeah, I just because it was at the time I remember I was working in Seattle and there was a friend of mine's. She talked about it and she hated the ending of that show. That's one of those things where I'm like, fam, you know, like I didn't even watch it, but I was like, dang, bro, that's kind of messed up to to do people like that. But anyways,
That's not gonna happen here. And then so the last thing I want to bring up to you is that have you ever heard of Aiden?
Dude, I haven't watched Game of Thrones in years. You know what's crazy? And here's something that is going to like weird everybody out about me. When I got to like the battle where the fucking fuck man, where they were like, it was like the big battle with Jon Snow and everything, and fucking Arya killed the Night King or whatever. Like that's where I stopped watching. I didn't watch any episodes after that. I have not yet seen like the actual ending of Game of Thrones. I just stopped watching there. I was like, I'm done.
In projects?
I might have, again, talked to so many people.
So-
Reason.
Aiden, wait, why is Aiden involved? What is happening?
Have you ever heard of Aiden Projects?
Have you heard of Aiden Projects? Have you heard of the Aiden Projects? Oh, I have something to show you guys. Let me open this real quick. This is Aiden, by the way. If you're curious. This is Aiden Projects.
גוי. תספורת שוקובניל. זה יהודי או גוי? גוי. פלורית זה תספורת של יהודי או גוי? גוי. מכנסיים. צמודים כמו נקניקיה מסלול.
Hold on, I want to skip to the Brody one. This is Aiden's entire fucking streaming career right here.
אדם גלב! אדם גלב!
what is up with this?
Just that's all Aiden. That's all you need to know about Aiden Projects.
I might have,
That's all you need to know.
again, talked to so many people.
So
Reason.
he used to be on Augie RC a bunch.
Yeah.
So he got into contact with me and basically explained to me that he is
What is that? It's called Jew or Goy.
like researching, like he thinks that a lot of the stuff that you've been getting shit for is like complete bullshit. And
Oh God, Aiden. I love the Aiden contrarian approach. It's so fucking funny. Like every time, I fucking love Aiden.
he has been just kind of looking into things, and the more and more he looks into things, the more he sides with you.
Did Aiden read all of the documents involving the City Bear stuff during this time frame? I hope he did. If he didn't, that's a little crazy.
And
So if you want to give him my Discord, you're more than welcome to.
yeah, I was gonna say because I think he wants to talk to you, and like truly, man, I trust this guy. Like he's completely trustworthy. Like
I trust Aiden, but Aiden's also known to leak things.
he would not do anything. He's not like gay opping me or anything. Like I made sure that he was, being real, and we actually had like a long conversation about it to make sure that he actually like, wants to help. And yeah, he very much showed that he does.
Well, I would
You have a feeling this might go members only? No, sweet summer child.
appreciate it because, like, I'm just. I will explain this last thing to you because I don't want to waste any more of your time. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time.
You're fine, man.
The real reason why I've always like seeked out an ally or someone to help me is because like being homeschooled all my life and isolated by a woman who convinced me that the Earth was 6,000 years old until I finally moved out. It makes me completely unconfident in myself because it's hard for me to tell when someone is lying to me or not. And I would.
What?
Why are you doing YouTube drama then? If you have lived a sheltered life, you know nothing about basic human decency, common sense. How do you do this? How do you do YouTube drama? You need a basic understanding of what it means to be a person.
Yeah. Like that.
pissed?
That's. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that. The mom stuff and things. I'm like, it's one of those things. I'm like, so that upbringing convinced you to just be weird to, I guess to anybody you come across online. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. And the thing is this, I'm like, there's probably people that we know that have been homeschooled to where they're normal. Like there's this one girl that she used to like go to public schools, and then eventually at some point in time she did start doing homeschooling. But yeah, normal person, and I'm pretty sure there's probably people I done met throughout content creating. What else? People I done met at my old job, people I done, like, I guess like kids that used to be homeschooled and then ended up going to public schools. Like, yeah, they were all normal. It's like, wasn't the one dude from whatchamacallit, The Blind Side, like the actual real guy, like wasn't he homeschooled? So yeah, I think they portrayed that in the movie. But yeah, overall it's one of those things where it's like, fam, that shouldn't be an excuse. That shouldn't be an excuse at all. But
pissing me off, Jar. You're pissing me off.
Was worried that one day I would get canceled, and if I got canceled, would I be able to fight back against these allegations? And
so yeah, I feel like he'd get so, and that's the thing too, where it's like he says that he's all like, the reason why I rely on people is because I'm homeschooled. So, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's the opposite, because I'm like, I wasn't homeschooled, and I'm like, and I'm doing perfectly fine being out on my own. But it's like, you would think, okay, since you think it would be the other way around. Like, you think, okay, for me, and because I have to say my whole content creating career, it's like I've done like very few collaborations with people, and it's been more so with gaming content. But anyways, regardless of the fact, you would think that because I went to public schools, that I would want more people involved on my content creating career and stuff. And it's like with him, it's like you would think he would want to have like a solo career. I don't get how it's like, oh, I want to get people involved, but I'm not going to do the proper research on these people or overall know them as a person. And then when some stuff goes down, it's just, it's one of those things where, yeah, but I was going to say that too, where it's like, I feel like he's partially trying to blame his cancellation like on his upbringing, and so it's like, what, next time you see your mom, it's like, it's your fault, mom. I'm like, I'm the reason why I didn't have like this. I like, bro, come on now. It's one of those things where it's like, you cannot blame nobody besides yourself. Who cares if your mom told you the earth is 6,000 years old? Who cares about that? That is between your mom and the history lesson that she had growing up. She believes that. She can believe that. They ain't got nothing to do with you out here defending pedophiles on the internet. It just overall like convinced me more that it's like, yeah, it's like if I had a choice of, it's one of those things where I'm like, I think I'd rather be homeless than to live in your household. But anyways,
always seeked out an ally, and for that reason, and I every time I think I have that, it slips through my fingers, and
I can't hold on to people.
I'm very nervous. Believe it or not, when I first got canceled for trying to help a 14-year-old girl who people were bashing for being homophobic and all that stuff, I actually, I know I seem like a bit of a wimp now, but back then I would actually break down and cry so much in calls for like hours. And
maybe I should have had that call with him. If he had broke down in tears and start crying over something I said, it's one of those things where I'm like, you guys, I probably would have passed out from laughter. It's one of those things where I'm like, I've been laughing, and I'm like, man, if you don't man up and stop crying, I'm like, just stop. All right, just stop at this point.
MF Jar had an ally that would bat for him, and he just stabbed him in the back, skull.
Look at the face that Himpleton made. He's like, I struck gold with this one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jar, please tell me you are not about to explain to Himpleton that you used to call people and cry about YouTube drama. Please, please, please tell me that I am not about to witness this in real time.
It's like, I know people probably ask, like, do you think he's ever cried during like our drama? I don't think, like, as the time went on, like, especially from that time period of 2017 and like kind of 2020, because I had to say, like, 2016, it was like super late 2016 when me and the drama between him went down. But I have to say, probably that night, I remember when me and him had that conversation, And I pretty much was like, no, I don't want to work with you. It's like, I never would want to work with you and stuff. And I think that did hurt his ego. And so probably that night, he did show a little bit of emotions that night. You know, it's like, you know, when people are upset and they type it in all caps and stuff. Yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, he definitely was upset. Crying, maybe, but I don't know. It's something where I'm like, I'd highly doubt that he cried because of any stuff we went through, but if he did, I'm like, that's just sad. That's something where I'm like, nah. You can say, and that's the thing. I'm like, if you genuinely believe that you done won every bit of drama, I'm like, do you think any of them people cried because of the crap that they were going through? I can tell you right now, fam, I wasn't crying. I wasn't like, oh, I'm hurt mentally or whatever. Yeah, I might have had my days where I'm like, dang, man, this is stressful. I'm like, dang, can you guys like let up or something? But I'm like, that, I think it just got to a point where I realized, all right, it wasn't going anywhere, so I just got to really just focus on myself. But crying over it's like, man, come on now.
Please, I'm begging you.
Bashing for being homophobic and all that stuff. I actually, like, I know I seem like a bit of a wimp now, but back then I would actually break down and cry so much in calls for like hours, and I nearly killed myself over it because the problem.
Oh, he was yawning.
Wow.
I thought Hippleton thought he struck gold. He was fucking yawning.
Homeschooled is it makes it very sensitive, and like it makes you more sensitive to like.
Wait, sensitive in what context? You brought up the fact that you defended somebody for being called homophobic, like a 14-year-old, and you cried. What the fuck?
Insults and all that because you didn't
Hello, Revolver, Ocelot, and Big Boss. I see you guys in chat.
grow up with the middle school experience. You now sure being like sure I was physically abused by my mother, but like a lot of these people.
Why are you telling Hippleton that? Why are you telling a random person on the internet?
You know, that's the thing. It is something where I don't know. I'm not trying to play the race game. It is funny how I was just saying this on my Twitch stream. Again, not trying to play the race game, but white people can be very open at times. I don't know why, but they would tell you some things where I'm like, fam, I did not need to know that information. You know, I get why you're telling me because you're having a heart-to-heart conversation or you more so just heart-to-person conversation right now. You're giving out too much heart, all right? It's one of those things where I'm like, I did not need to know of that. I am sorry you went through that, but I don't need to know about that, all right? But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, so again, you're trying to say because of your upbringing, that's why you're the person that you are today. Fam, do you know how many, the thing is this, yeah, I got whooped when I was a kid because I was out doing bad stuff, but I'm like, oh, I'm not going to go around and like, I guess it'd start terrorizing people IRL or on the internet because of it. I'm like, oh, the reason why I'm doing that is because I got, you know, whooped as a kid. I have autism and dyslexia. Oh, that's why I'm doing the things I'm doing. It's like, man, come on now. If you're trying to make people feel bad, I think it's one of those things that episode of SpongeBob when all the like different characters just start like walking away outside the camera shot. Yeah, that's that moment, and I'm like, yeah, it's something where I'm like, fam, I'm not trying to, I guess, sound disrespectful, but at the same time, who cares? That's not what we're trying to talk about right now. You're telling me things where it's like this ain't no different than his response video. He's just talking about random stuff that don't even matter at this point.
Your mother physically abused you. I'm not gonna be mean about it. I'm not gonna be a dick about it. I'm not. I can't. I'm just gonna. Why would you tell somebody that?
Who go to middle school also gets physically abused, and they get like physically abused by like other kids there. Like, I'm not gonna lie, middle schoolers are worse than Nazis.
Yeah.
What?
I'm sorry.
Did he say?
Yeah, like middle schoolers are the most evil, diabolical creatures ever, especially 12-year-olds. Like,
did he say middle schoolers
12-year-olds are probably like the worst age. Like, I didn't like 12-year-olds when I was 6. I didn't like 12-year-olds when I was 12 years old, and I don't like.
Noticed something. Jar has a weird habit of.
Did he say middle schoolers are worse than Nazis? Did I hear that correctly? Did I honestly hear that correctly? Because I'm getting older. And I might be getting a little bit hard at hearing, there is no way possible that this man just compare somebody that was born 12 years ago to what was the youngest age person. I imagine there's probably some young age Nazis, but it's like, fam, are you serious? You're comparing a child to somebody that was going around killing Jewish people. Oh my God. It's like this, man, it's one of those things where I'm like, like I said, that this is why I did not ever want to do anything with Just a Robot. He just said 12-year-olds are worse than Nazis. And he's like, well, I didn't like 12 years old when I was 6. I didn't like 12 years old when I was 2. You was homeschooled. What 12-year-olds did you see? Oh my, Just a Robot. He's a very, very confusing character. But anyways,
alternating being a complete lying sack of potatoes or oversharing information about himself like hell.
I'm like barely able to hold it together right now.
That's
Like
crazy.
the worst age. Like, I didn't like 12-year-olds when I was 6. I didn't like 12-year-olds when I was 12 years old, and I don't like 12-year-olds now. I think 12-year-olds are like the most vindictive people in the world.
Yeah.
12-year-old.
Why did he just go after the 12-year-old community? Hey, look, to any 12-year-old out there, keep your head up. Don't let Just a Robot's words. The thing is this. All you just gotta do is wait 365 more days, or however many days, until you're 13. I just don't. Oh my man, I'm telling you, man, Just a Robot. This is something, and the thing is this. Imagine if I would have taken that deal. Like, this needs to be like one of them like Disney What If episodes. Like, TMossBoss decides to work with Just a Robot. If you guys have seen the movie New Jack City, and there's that scene when Chris Rock, when he was like holding the crack pipe and he was like shaking around and stuff like Lucy, I feel like that definitely would have been me right now. I'm like, I had some issues going on right now if I would have worked alongside with Just a Robot. Man, oh my God, going after the 12-year-olds is crazy, but
Addictive people in the world.
it's weird.
Oh, this makes me love Jartet. This is just shit like this.
The wrong enemy faction.
King Cobra's on Lockout Live. I might have to watch that when it's done.
We might have to react to that eventually.
No, totally.
I actually banned a guy from my old Discord for being 12.
Yeah, makes sense, dude.
Like, I said, no, you're gone. I don't trust 12-year-olds. I think you're a bad person.
Yeah, dude, that's fair.
Wait, you told a 12-year-old that you think that they're a bad person instead of just banning them for being 12? Like, why?
Well, listen, man, I'm glad that we got to talk. I do have to go.
Wait, what was the guy's Discord?
Okay, so you want me to give him his?
I need to know the DMs between Aiden Projects and Just a Robot now. Those are probably Kino.
As well. Let me give it to you. Hold on.
Aiden, leak your DMs with Just a Robot. Do it now.
Here, I'm gonna send it to you over DMs. Okay.
Okay.
It's Aiden Projects with no spaces.
Yep, he sent me a friend request.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, keep me posted on that, and let me know how that goes. And I'll talk to you soon, man. Okay.
All right. You have a good day.
Yeah, you have a good night.
Most vindictive
Bye.
people in the world, says a very vindictive geekhead himself.
So,
Fuck, your fucking sucks.
Did he? Did
Yeah, Rao is being a complete retard on my DMs right now, dude. Like, this is actually insane.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
He's doubling down.
Doubling down about what?
Cheeto.
Oh. Did Aiden say something about Just a Robot before he left?
Yeah.
Dude, Lumpy, it worked. It worked perfectly.
You're an asshole.
Wait, what? Did he just set him up?
God, Himpleton.
Please, Himpleton.
I don't even need to watch the rest of
My
this.
mom,
It's probably
she
just
is
him
kinda
doing like a
homeless.
fucking victory lap on Jar. He's like, it totally worked. Me just agreeing with him the whole time got him to open up and say retarded shit. This is gonna be Kino.
Dang. Set him
You know
up.
what, Himpy? You know what? We may have our differences, Himpy, but I'm giving you a W. I'm giving you a W, Himpleton. All right. Good job, Himpy.
Wow.
All right. We have a couple of more shorter calls. All right. This one is more or less just a cope session between the two of them. Who sent me this call? Call 11. I think it was Beckett that sent me this. All right. So call 11 is about 16 minutes. I haven't seen this, and I haven't seen this yet. I know that the call essentially starts right here. This is a cope call between the two of them. The amount of calls, by the way, is insane. Okay,
11 calls.
we're at call 11. I don't even have like all the other calls.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't want the other calls because apparently they're not entertaining. But like, The amount of times that Himpleton had to be like the shoulder to cry on for fucking Jar is insane to me.
Himpleton is being a dollar store Eisen.
He's dollar store Eisen, bro.
Hey, man.
Himpleton looks exhausted. He's like, God fucking damn it. Like, do I really have to do another fucking call with this whining retard? Do I really have to do this? So many calls.
Hello? Oh, you're setting up the microphone. All good.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you just fine.
Okay. Sorry, I lost track of time because...
Why does he sigh like that? He's like, Stop doing that. You're a grown man. Sigh like a man, please.
The second half of the final season of Cobra Kai just came out.
Thanks for sharing, Obi.
My roommate just told me that, funnily enough.
Yeah, just the road. There were at times where I had worked with people where they would say, well, there was one guy in particular where I was like, yeah, he's questionable, but no. So there was a day I remember at my old job where I'm like, man, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if he had like a whole like just a robot type career just sitting on the side and things. But anyways, so we're all just like we're closed. Like, so at this point, like there's no customers in there and things. We're cleaning up the place. And so anyways, we will do that from time to time where we just talk about random stuff that's going on in the world, talking about just random things overall. But anyways, so it's dead silent in there. We're all cleaning. We're all just minding our own business. And out of nowhere, this guy, he turns around. And I kid you guys not, he goes and says, so what are your guys' thoughts on slavery? So everybody, they immediately look at him and they're like, what? And then they start looking at me because they're like, no, Tyler's 100% getting ready to crash out. Like, no, he's gonna lose his mind. So I'm the first one to speak because they're all shocked. They're all like, where'd they even come from? I'm like, yeah, it was bad. I mean, what do you expect us to like say about it? It's like, oh, there was what we had benefits and things. We had housing and and food and water. No, it was slavery. It was bad. Like, where did they even come from? We out here talking about random stuff that's like, okay, it's like we won't get questioned about it, but it was random. But it's like, why even? Oh yeah, I was like that. Yeah, that guy. He would say some weird things at times, but I think that was by far probably the weirdest thing. And I'm like, yeah, it's like you can't. There's no way of like, I guess, like talking good about that. It's like I'm just saying, like, yeah, my ancestors, I don't think when they was getting shipped from Africa, I don't think they was all like, oh man, we're gonna have fun when we go to this land they talk about. So what is it? America. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have fun in America and stuff. Meanwhile, they're chained to the bottom of a boat. And I'm like, yeah, it's like that's. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, that guy. But I feel like that's something that just a robot would do. Like he just has some old weird conversation. It's like, yeah, bro, you could go ahead and clock out.
Anyways, what are you calling me about?
Well, I think that you wanted to call.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna share something with you, and then you need to promise me. I've shared this with other people, but I want you to promise me you won't show it to anyone.
Yeah, I promised it.
Okay, it's just...
I promise I won't show this with anyone, Jar. I swear on my life.
Uh-oh.
It's to send these fucking clips around.
I want to be transparent with you and get ahead of this.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So...
Come on.
After everything... was settled and I made my video about leaving drama. I came back to talk about Seth, but this is when me and Harley were no longer on good terms, and then I talked about Daft for the fourth and final time, and then after that...
What, those microwave meatballs? Himpleton, make your own meatballs. What the fuck are you doing? Literally, you can go get some cheap fucking meat. You can make, like, really good stuffed meatballs, but I'm not... Okay, I'm sorry. My Italian took over for a minute. I'm seeing microwave fucking meatballs.
But it was Spoctor, and suddenly the Art CC had a problem.
Oh, is this him owning up to, like, the fucking shit involving VidCon? Is that what this call is?
Oh.
With, like, how I was, with my Spoctor thumbnail, and it just seemed so random, and they weren't contacting me on privately like they normally did. They were contacting me publicly, so I thought, something suspicious is going on here, and this is kind of why I've been.
Hey, what you doing on my street, Cecil? You want to get some gabagool?
So paranoid about everything, and I didn't really act all that much on my paranoia, but this, and I didn't want to go public with this. I was just holding on to it because I was like, I still have a soft spot for Harley because like we were.
Is Jar about to release private information?
He says he has a soft spot for Harley, but meanwhile you publicly has said this. It's funny how he expects Harley, and that's what I mean. He has just that weird backwards mindset. Harley has to do things privately, but he could do things publicly. So I guess for those that don't really know the Harley TBS situation, I imagine probably most of you guys know, but I guess for those that don't know, so I think there's a video that Just a Robot had uploaded. Harley had passed on some criticism, but at the same time, I think he said something along the lines like, I'm saying, he says something about them being friends. Just a Robot responds back, and he says this publicly on Twitter. He says this publicly that him and Harley were not friends. So it's one of those things where it's like, why are you expecting him to talk privately, but you're out here saying that y'all ain't friends publicly? So that's one of those things where I'm like, Harley have a God-given right to say whatever they want to say and do whatever they want to do. That's one of those things. It's like, you can't tell an adult, or how I assume, I don't know, if Harley is an adult, they are. If not, whatever the situation is, they are their own person. And I'm like, and they allowed to say whatever they want to say and do whatever they want to do. But anyways,
private situations about Harley TBS in this call right now. Does Harley know about this call?
Worked together for so long, but
man, I wonder who could get this to Harley.
Why don't you look through what I sent you and you tell me what you think?
Okay.
Oh, I can just hear him chewing. It's like grossing me out. Can you just turn off the mic, dude?
That chewing is aggressive.
I don't want to
like, dang, bruh.
You can listen to Himbleton's ASMR of chewing a meatball. Just pure silence. Words. Is he gonna say anything?
He's in the stream highlights. Mine comes out the day after my DAP video.
Wait, day after what?
Okay.
Oh, DAP video. God, he's just not saying anything.
That ended me. Yeah, the Twitter fight wasn't the actual thing that ended me and Harley's relationship. It was more so this, and it just seemed weird that it happened. I think I can understand like why.
But Jar, maybe whatever happened privately and then what happened publicly compounded into Harley wanting to cut you off, and you're reading into a situation.
And plus, Harley did say that there's like, after they made that tweet, then they removed him and unfriended him off of whatever platforms they had him friended on. So I imagine that tweet, it's like, all right, so if there were things leading up to it, that tweet was pretty much the final nail in the coffin. Like, anyways.
In whatever you're showing Himbleton as more than it really was, and the Twitter stuff is what made Harley cut off with you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the case. This is like the biggest issue that I see with Jar, like constantly, is that every single time that he gets into like some kind of beef or something, he can't look at these things as something that lead into each other. He has to look at them as individual situations, and there is no way that these individual situations could have potential overlap.
Yeah.
He does this all the fucking time.
Harley is so upset in the beginning, but then like later on, I'm like trying to de-escalate the situation, but it's not. It's not working.
I want to know what he's showing him. Himbleton, come on!
Yeah, he seems pissed.
Yeah, and but like you can see my attempt to be
very little ajar. He acted like a retard in the VCon saga, but the people affected are just retarded like that. Kalimar. I listen. All I know is that Jar was a weirdo during that time frame, and I get you want to be fair to Jar. Again, I'm not accusing Jar of being like a guy that wanted to rape these girls or harm these girls or anything, but the actions in of Jar's self trying to meet up with these people when they continually said, no, we don't want to see you, is weird. You can criticize the rest of them for being soy about a fucking thumbnail, which I kind of agree. But the rest of it, is, honestly, is inexcusable in my opinion.
Escalate things in this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like blown away, and like everybody has
I don't know. You got to talk to Shinji.
something that really, for lack of a better word, triggers them. Like like my big trigger is when I'm promised something, like someone says I'm gonna give this to you, and there's no follow through. Like that's the thing that grinds my gears the most.
What's the
That
follow
for
through?
most people, I don't think they would give a shit, but everybody has that. But like after I told Harley to wait, like Harley reacted like this, and I was like really confused. And you can keep going through it, and I even like near the end tried to explain this, and Harley's like. And Harley was like saying like crazy stuff like, oh, you didn't defend me from Antunes when he was denying my grooming, and I was like sending him the link and the timestamp to the video to be like, I did, and then Harley just ignored that. So I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like, I thought we were buddies or whatnot. And then on top,
Lio, you know this a lot more than I would in regards to the Antoon stuff. That's like one of the fucking ACC dramas that I know little to next to nothing about. Did Jar defend Antunes in the context of going against Harley's grooming story? I don't know much about that. Being a retard and a creep of these ACT tards were making it like rape/sexual assault. I don't think any of them accused him of rape or sexual assault. I think they were accusing him more of like of a stalking, creepy nature, or that they didn't want to be near him, and he kept saying like they kept saying no, I don't want to see you, and he kept pressing.
I think if anything, if that was brought up, I think that's what they overall feared. Though it's like you, at the end of the day, you don't know what would have happened if Just a Robot had caught one of these individuals by themselves. Many things could have happened, but yeah, it's just one of those things where, just based on like how weird he was being in messages, it's something where I think that people see that others go through that same crap, and then there's that times where it ends pretty bad. So yeah, that's something where I'm like, me personally, I wouldn't call them out for saying anything bad about Just a Robot. Yeah, overall I understand why they feel a certain way and stuff, you know, so I can understand where they're coming from as far as, I guess, like, you know, it's just one of those things. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I understand where they're coming from. You know, it's like you got somebody sending you weird messages and then being weird towards you at VidCon. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, they have a right to, you know, say how they feel and stuff. But anyway,
boundaries. I get how it could be construed that way potentially, but I don't think that was the intention. All right, Lyle's going to send me a voice note just to clarify the Antunes thing, because I am curious about that. That, to me, is a curious thing. That is curious.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the Harley Jar beef other than, you know, the Spoctor situation that blew up in their face. But that's, like, really all I know. I think only Kumos said that, but he's a fucker. Yeah, Kumo's the one that accused him of, like, potentially trying to rape Cinebear. That's really the only time I've ever seen somebody directly accuse Jar of being a potential rapist. The Antunes drama is more like a Twitter fight. That's it. Fuck. I don't remember much about it. That's like the one ACC drama I'm not super big on. All right, Lyle sent me a voice note. I assume I'm allowed to play this.
I couldn't tell you if Jar did defend Harley or not because it's frankly been years. I told Jar he shouldn't be defending Antunes to begin with because the dude's a creepy weirdo to begin with. He's had a bad habit of defending the worst of people, obviously because of Antunes' sub-count, clearly in retrospect. But it wouldn't surprise me if he did, in fact, defend Harley, you know, in the garbage claim Antunes made. Harley wasn't groomed because I'm mad at Harley. It's the dumbest thing in the world. Jar should never have even defended the little creep.
Okay, fair. I don't know much about it, so Lio doesn't even remember, so I'm just going to leave it as is.
top of that, you can also see...
But, like, the part that I find kind of shitty, like, Harley's not even in the realm of this drama, right? So, like, the people that are really going after him are people like myself, Chud, Beckett, fucking Augie made a huge video on him, Diorio did a live stream on him, fucking Queeman did live streams on him, every commentary channel and their mother made videos on him at this time. Harley, I think, did one video talking about, like, how retarded Jar is, but that's, like, really it. And talking about, like, the how he was a weirdo during the VidCon stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Harley calling me a clout chaser, and I was just thinking to myself, like, dude, I make more money on my media reviews. Like, I'm not doing this for, like, clout. I mostly do drama. Like, of course you're going to get some clout by uploading a video, but I was, like, very confused, and
Wait a minute, so Harley said you're just doing this for clout, and then Jar's turning around and saying, well, I make more money off of my media reviews? Wait, so Jar, why would you even get involved in YouTube drama then?
I know.
If you are way more successful in the realm of the media reviews, why would you even tip your toes into YouTube drama again? Are you a fucking idiot? The answer is yes. The answer is always yes.
I think it goes like full circle back to that ego stuff. It's like he just needs to feel better about himself if he finds himself winning an argument. I'd say that because there's been just dealing with him and his audience. It's like they look at it as like, oh, if you do something, I guess that's not continuing on with the argument, then therefore they win. And it's like, no, I just don't want to be involved. I'm like, it's one of those things. It's like, you can't just throw boxing gloves at the person and be all like, no, I want to box you now. And it's like, and then my thing is this. It's like, don't be surprised, I guess, like, if you put yourself in the middle of a situation where you are fighting another person's battles, and then you just got people, like, literally doing some WWE stuff, somebody done grabbed you by your legs, lifted you up, you got another person doing some, like over-the-head cutter on you, and slamming you on, like, yeah, it's like, don't be surprised, like, if you just get stumped out, and it's like, bro, it's one of those things where it's like, you just, there's no reason to just be going around getting into it with people for no reason. You know, it's like, if you say that you're doing better with this other content, they do that content. But anyway,
just wanted to bring this up because Harley's video is still coming out, and this is why I didn't act on my suspicions, because Harley, I didn't have like hard proof that Harley was going to other people, but it just seemed like such convenient timing that after this happens, like suddenly the ArtCC doesn't like me as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
What do you mean conveniently? Dude, from what I understand, everyone's hated you.
Yeah.
People that aren't even in the ArtCC that I would talk to would be like, yeah, you ever heard of Just a Robot? I'm like, yeah, I know Jar. What happened? They're like, X, Y, and Z. He's a total fucking weirdo. And I'm like, oh, holy shit. I was hearing about that stuff before I even stepped foot into this retarded community. So, like, it's not just the ACC that doesn't like you. It's everybody.
I get you.
Yeah, and I really wanted to just sit down and talk with Harley, but every time I offered someone to be a mediator, Harley would shoot it down.
Yeah, he refused.
Yeah, it's almost like Harley doesn't want to waste the time with you.
Yeah.
Like, you do...
No, yeah, it's the thing where it's like, okay, my thing is this. Why does somebody got to be a mediator? Why is, like, they got to, like, go and have, like, a third person? If you want to have a conversation with this person, all it just needs to be is you and that person having the conversation. And I think that's overall why and I've heard that before, where it's, like, the reason why he wants somebody to, like, just overall... Meteorate? I ain't even gonna sit here and be struggling with that word, alright? But anyways, a little, you know, I guess a little blooper for minds, you know, if people want to have that, but no, anyways, but yeah, it's like you want people to mod, alright? Let's just use that word. Mod the conversation. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be falling in your favor. It's 2 against 1. It's a handicap match. I'm not trying to be a part of that crap. So it's just, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, if it's a one-on-one conversation, cool. If it's gonna be on some stuff where it's like, oh, you just only want people to help you out, and no, it's like, my thing is this: if you need help in a conversation, then don't be that one to start the conversation, because then people are gonna want to have a one-on-one conversation. But it's like Just a Robot's logic. He starts a fight with somebody, pushes them, and he's like, nah, we're gonna fight. But while you're getting ready, let me call my buddies up. No, this is between me and you. You ain't calling your buddies up. And then it's funny, then when you go and try to get people involved, and he's all like, oh, now he's trying to get these individuals involved. Well, I guess if that's what they want to do. And it's like, yeah, it's something where he'll like call you out for that type of stuff. And I'm like, man, it's weird having conversations with him. That's why I was like, no, I'm not going to waste my time, because it's like, I know it's just going to be a one-sided conversation. It's like, I'm just going to get attacked for no reason. But anyway.
Realize that you could have a falling out with somebody and they don't want to do some kind of call with you. Like, who cares?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, but I need a mediator because, you know, I'm weak-willed. It's easy to gaslight me.
He's lying or he's stupid. That's why, Chris.
You know it's easy to gaslight me, Hippleton. I need a mediator.
No, you're just simple-minded. It's like you're a simple-minded person trying to have an argument with a normal-minded person. Yeah, it's like, that's why you want people to help you out in the car. It's like, my thing is this, right? you look at, like, all right, if we're gonna use like fighting and stuff like that, it's like, how many times in a boxing match? Well, no, I think I've seen it in UFC before. But I'm like, all right, so you know what? Let's just use a famous boxer. How many times did Mike Tyson fight in handicap matches and stuff, where it's like or boxing matches where he's going up against two boxers at a time? I ain't never seen that before. What about Floyd Mayweather? What about Muhammad Ali? What about freaking? Let me think of some other people. Gervonta Davis, or if we talking, yeah, it's like it's always been a one-on-one fight. So it's like you trying to get other people involved, and it's like, bro, it's just that's why it's like, for the most part, any time when I got into it with Just the Robots fans, it was always like me talking to a gang of his fans and then maybe have like a slight conversation with him. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's like, fam, this is pointless. It's like, yeah, obviously, yeah, you guys gonna be taking each other's side, saying whatever it is that you need to say, but it's like, it ain't a one-on-one conversation. So anyways, did the one time when it was a one-on-one conversation, he got upset, and then that's how I ended up getting hate for 4 years straight. So I'm like, man, no, I ain't trying to have no conversation with you.
I'm too autistic for my own good. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I mean, I think a middleman in any of those situations is always just for the better, either way.
Yeah, and
or just not having an argument or
to be honest,
drama
me and
with
Harley
people.
were never friends. We just had a mutual hatred for some person and just, stayed around each other. But like, I don't think that's a real friendship. Yeah, and I thought it was best to go our separate ways. It's just after that happened, things started to escalate, and then I got paranoid, and I didn't really act that much on my paranoia, at least as far as I'm aware. But like, I don't understand why it's wrong to be paranoid if you don't act upon it all that much. But they seem to think that, and I've been waiting to do something about this, but lo and behold, Lio and Peaches got canceled, and all this other stuff happened. And
so you were planning on making a video on Harley? Is that what you were trying to say? And then Peaches and Lio got canceled, so that means that you scrapped your video on Harley. Is that what you're trying to fucking insinuate here?
and the next thing I would like to bring up with you is I'm trying to be transparent with you of stuff that might be coming out.
Yeah.
But Harley had this friend in his Discord who was 19, and this is really cringe, and people are going to definitely take it the worst way, but she was 19, and I would jokingly groom her, like, not seriously, but jokingly groom her.
Sure, no. Think of the 5, Kabuto. Me and Harley were never friends, yet I continue to bitch about him not wanting to call or talk with me. I know, crazy, right? So wait a fucking minute here. Wait a fucking minute. Okay, listen. It's a joke. Okay, he's joking with a of-age individual. That is still the weirdest thing to admit to and to do. Now, does that make you a pedophile? No. But it's weird for you to be doing that.
Yeah.
Why are you even telling... You know what's crazy? No one talked about that. Nobody even knew that. Nobody put that
It's
up.
just with all the different stuff that Just a Robot like that. And the crazy thing is like, I remember he got so pressed that I think that's why he was going to upload some like Patreon video about me, because he got so pressed about me calling him a pedophile. But it's like, fam, you said that you had like some weird fetish towards this stuff when you was a kid watching cartoons. You do a video where it's like you're explaining how EDP 445 could have gotten away with his situation. This situation, you're having fart fetish conversations with kids. I'm saying at the end of the day, it's like, bruh, you're leaving a trail where people are going to look at you and they're going to come up with an assumption. All right. So it's like, yeah, with all these different things, yeah, Just a Robot. Yeah, it's something where I'm like, you going to have to, really try to like do your hardest to it. But I mean, just like not putting yourself in in conversations like that, in situations like that. I just don't get it. Like, why even like have those types of conversations? And let me guess, it was the autism talking and stuff. Yeah, it's just this stupid. But anyways,
wait a minute. I don't remember watching Harley's videos and that being brought up. I don't remember watching Camila's videos and that coming out. I don't remember anything of the Mally calls, the Beckett video, my coverage, Chud's coverage, Give It Ant's coverage, Ace's coverage, fucking Hippleton, lyrics. I don't think a single person knew that you did that. Why would you joke about that?
Yeah.
Fuck. I would have started dying laughing, be like, what are you telling me? Why are you telling me this? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you even do that in the first place?
I could tell people I'm grooming a teenager because she was 19, you get it?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So I can tell people I was grooming a teenager as a joke.
That's so weird.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What the fuck? Why? Why would you do this?
That's some weird stuff. Man.
Yeah, my roommate thought it was absolutely hilarious. But
Yeah.
Professor Treadlock thought that was funny. Oh, I just need like a solid second to like just squat like a fucking Russian Slav and just talk to you guys real quick. Listen, yeah, whatever. It's a comedy bit, but like it's a really, really, really stupid fucking joke to make. What is wrong with you?
It's like, just because you find that stuff funny doesn't mean other people are gonna find that stuff funny. It's kind of like that scene in Joker where he was up on stage talking about random stuff, and it's like, it's not gonna be, that's something where it's just that good old saying. It's like, you know, they're not laughing with you, they're laughing at you, you know, more so like at just how you're overall. It's something where it's just, you guys gonna have two separate reasons on why you're laughing. You're laughing because you think it's a funny joke. They're laughing like, hey, yo, this guy is weird. And it's just one of those like, just natural mind things where it's like, yeah, when the situation is just weird, you just kind of do like one of those like laughs where it's like, what is going on right now? So, I find that odd, but anyways.
Would you do that? Why was your roommate finding that funny? Like, why would you do this?
Friendly reminder. This
the thing is this. It was just always a gut feeling with me on why I'm like, I don't want to talk with this guy. Like, I had my moments where I'm like, nah, I'm ready. I want to, like, you know, sit down and talk. But then I just realized, like, okay, it's just going to be me pretty much arguing with a bunch of his fans. I have a feeling that, like, let's say at the height of me and his drama, it definitely would have been a situation where he's all like, oh, yeah, join this Discord call. And I'm getting into it with him and a bunch of his fans. And then they're all like, oh, you suck. They're like, yeah, TMossBoss. And it's like, it's something where it's not going to be an evened out fight. So that's why I'm like, nah, I think it's best if I just don't put myself in that situation. But anyways, yeah, it's having a conversation with just a robot, it's just, it wouldn't make any sense. But anyways.
Wonders why no one wants to talk with him.
Yeah, crazy, right? Nobody wants to talk with him. That's crazy.
Yeah, whoever his roommate is.
What is your friend group, bro?
This Dreadlock guy, I'm like, he has to be weird too. If he thinks stuff like that is funny, then he has to be weird himself. But anyways.
Is your friend group? That is crazy. Found a timestamp. He defended Harley by essentially calling Antude's arguments stupid and just playing the part of Harley's video and defended himself to Antude's stupidity. Okay, so it's like he just used Harley's own words.
There's a call that I don't have the authority to give out. And frankly, it needs a little bit of editing, frankly, before it does. Where Jar says that the reason he knows for a fact he's not a groomer isn't because he doesn't like kids. Isn't because there's no way he could do it, because if he did, obviously he'd remember. No, his reasoning, Chris, is because if he was a groomer, people would have called it out on YouTube by now.
I'm done. I'm sorry. There's a call out in the universe that is not being dropped.
That's what I'm telling you. There are things where you know what? No, it's like, it's something where if whoever it is, these people that has this like evidence against just a robot, release that stuff. Like this, it's one of, I think he's trying to do any and everything's in his power to save whatever career he got left. Release that stuff. It's one of those things. I'm like, nah. I'm just saying, if that would have gotten in my possession, might not upload it personally on my channel, but let's just say the world would have definitely heard that call. I'm just saying, if it had been in my possession, that's not something where I'm like, I'm just going to hide it from people, knowing the damage that this guy has already done to people and the damage that he could potentially do to people. Yeah, that's something where I'm like, I could care less what just a robot has to say. I definitely would have leaked that call out, but anyways.
Yeah, with maybe the funniest fucking line in human history. Bro, he did the Drake defense. He did the Drake defense.
I'm not joking. I'm dead serious.
Bro, it's like I'm too famous for this shit. I would have been caught already. If I was actually fucking
crazy.
Kids, I'd be caught. Yo, Jar did the Drake defense. What the fuck?
I think people might take that the wrong way, especially now.
So do you think that those are the two things that he's gonna, like the two main things that he's gonna add to the
Literally
think
the
you
Drake
did.
defense of if I was a pedo, I would have been arrested already. What the hell?
That's crazy.
Jar, this was like well after the Drake and Kendrick beef. I know you're white, and you probably don't listen to good music, but like, bruh, you should have known that defense just makes it sound worse.
Yeah.
Jar video.
As far as I'm aware, the only other thing I can think of is I was like talking about like slavery from an economic standpoint, and one of Harley's friends started screaming at me.
What? Bro, oh my, I like, man, I see, bro, I literally just said that will be the conversation that Just a Robot would have. When I referenced that employee, that guy that I used to work with, fam, out of all the things, bro, I'm telling you, the way that, like, the universe just lines up for certain, like, activities and events, oh my, like, why are you talking about slavery? Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I get if it's, like, for a history lesson, but it's like, you're talking about it from an economic standpoint. Why? Oh my, it's like, bro, I just, man, I don't get it. I don't get this stuff, man. I don't get it. It's just, man, this is so weird. This is so weird, bro. Bro, I just, man, you know, it's just certain things that happens where I'm like, but I literally talked about this, bro. I talked about this. Let's continue on, but I talked about this, all right?
I was talking about slavery from an economic standpoint. Who cares? If Harley put that in his video, he'd be a soy loser like he already is. Like, come on, man. Like, who cares about Jar making an argument of the argumentation of slaves? Like, who gives a shit? Who cares?
That I was racist, but I made it
The grooming joke is way more fucking weird than that.
clear early on, like I'm talking about slavery as in Roman and Egyptian, and after the conversation was over, I said, yeah, but like modern times, I think servitude is a much more economically viable thing than slavery.
Plantation Jar. Can you imagine, like, Jar takes a look at his family tree, and his whole family just owned, like, the largest plantation, and they were the most cruel family towards the slaves.
Because you go to a store and you buy a slave.
And then you know what his response would be? He's like, well, I wonder if I have any black in my family. And it's like, fam, just no. Just he would say he would crack some joke like that, and then he's like looking around like for people that laugh and stuff, and they kind of just look at, again, Kodak Black look, where it's like, fam, no, bruh, no.
Slave gets run over
Just
by a bus.
no.
You lose that slave. You have to feed the slave, shelter the slave. With a servant, you just give them money and they can just go home and take care of themselves. So I was like talking about it from a economic, not a moral standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally.
You know, if that slave gets hit by a bus, you gotta like replace the whole slave. Isn't that crazy? You know, if the service person working at your home, the maid, gets hit by a bus, you also need to replace the maid. Like, that is the dumbest fucking argument I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, Hippleton's just like, yeah, totally. That totally makes sense, dude. I don't know why people think you're stupid for that.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's better to talk about this with like really close stuff like this, like with really close friends. Like me and my roommate talk about this kind of stuff all the time.
He talks to his black friend about slavery. I would not know. It's definitely gonna be a situation where it's gonna, no, that's what Just a Robot. It's gonna, I feel like that's gonna be the crime. That is 100% gonna be the crime that Just a Robot goes to prison for the rest of his life, right? For those that seen the movie Get Out, I feel like that on some real, Get Out is, no, I don't want to put it out in existence, but I'm just saying, if there is anything that Just a Robot could go down for, it would 100% be this scenario. So there's going to be a day where we don't see Just a Robot upload like nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. Channel disappears, videos, all that stuff. Everything's just gone of his social media account. Everything just gone. There's going to be somebody that is close friends with Just a Robot, where they somehow, some way discover his content creating career, and it's just gonna be this video where it's like Just a Robot went to prison, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, what? I'm telling you, it's gonna be situation. I'm like, it's gonna be like years down the road probably. I have a full grown beard. It ain't gonna be all patchy looking and stuff. Full grown beard. I'm over here, catering to my child and stuff. People are all like, no, bro, you gotta react to this video. Like I don't care what video you do, you gotta react to this video. I'm probably gonna have like a movie production agency. I'm telling you, it's gonna be years down the road, but they're gonna be all like, so yeah, remember that guy used to get into it with Just a Robot? I'm like, yeah, I think that's gonna be a name I'm never gonna forget throughout my content creating career. But like, yeah, so what about him and stuff? They're gonna be like, nah, bro, he went to prison, and it's like you're not gonna believe like why. I'm like, well, what did he do? And it's like, so I guess he took like a bunch of different drugs, cut his roommate's brain open, and tried to like I guess be a black person and things. And it's like he took a bunch of drugs, watched that movie Get Out, and then overall that's why he's in prison. I guarantee and I promise you, it's gonna be one of those things. I'm just gonna be all like, didn't I say this when I was reacting to that one guy's video, Chris? I talked about this. I talked about how weird he was and stuff. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, nah. If he goes to prison, 100% that. I feel like I done called out, or more so, had predicted Just a Robot's like future and his plans. I'm telling you, there is going to be a day where we hear something crazy about Just a Robot.
And that's another thing I could think about. I think I used to refer to one of Harley's friends who had a high-pitched voice as a lolly, and eventually Harley told me to stop, and I said, like, what? They sound like a lolly, and Harley was like, lolly is a sexual thing, and I was like, I don't think lolly is inherently a sexual thing, but I stopped. But
I'm sorry, what?
A lolly, and eventually Harley told me to stop, and I said, like, what? They sound like a lolly, and Harley was like, lolly is a sexual thing, and I was like, I don't think lolly is inherently a sexual thing, but I stopped. But like, I don't think lollies are inherently sexual. Like, I understand you look it up on Google Images, first result you get is something inappropriate, but like I think lolly has a broader definition as just.
You literally looked on Google and it proved you wrong in 3 seconds, Jar.
That's what I'm saying. He did, like, the thing is this. Somebody could actually tell him some, like, actual factual stuff. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have evidence. It doesn't matter if it's clear as day. It doesn't matter if any of that stuff. It's like you could go like the thing is this. He could chop my whole leg off, and it's all like, okay, we don't have the evidence. It's like, fam, you're literally caught in 4K. Like, I got you on camera chopping my leg off, and he's like, well, that's not Just a Robot. He'll refer to himself by his government name. He was like, yeah, that's that person. But it's not Just a Robot. You said it's Just a Robot that chopped your leg off. I'm like, what difference does it make? You still, at the end of the day, chop my leg off. He was like, nope. He's like, invalid argument. I'm moving on. What? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, fam, you're going to prison. What are you talking about? Like, it's like, no, it's like, that don't invalid. He probably would say some stuff like that, be in the courtroom. He's going to have a whole episode on Court Cam. It's going to be for that same Get Out stuff that I was just talking about. He's going to have an episode. And you know what? That's probably going to, no, I'm going to be watching, like reruns or the Court Cam moments on YouTube. And I'm going to hear his voice. I'm like, wait a minute, that's Just a Robot. I'm like, no, I gotta like look up stuff now. Then that's when it's gonna be discovered, like, oh yeah, he went to prison and stuff and doing the same Get Out things. And he was like, nope, that's an invalid argument. He's like, you guys can't prove it. It's like, fam, you literally talked about it in the video. This is your voice. This is you. This is like, what do you mean? And he's like, nope, invalid argument, not real. Not gonna believe it.
Anime little girl, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's technically just an art style.
Well, not as an art style, but more like in a volume sense of the way they talk, you know what I mean?
Well, I just mean like surely, like, lolly doesn't have to be sexual.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
That's weird,
and
man.
yeah. So there's that. What else is there? That's all I can think of. I just wanted to be transparent with you about all of this.
Yeah, that's fair.
By the way, Aiden hasn't really gotten back to me. I'm going to message him after our call is over. But when you said he thinks I'm innocent on what exactly? Because like I'm dealing with like 6 allegations here at once.
There is no fucking way that Jar is actually buying the fact that Aiden thinks this dude is totally innocent. The only reason he'll speak to Aiden is because Aiden believes he's innocent of something.
I mean, I just mean more that, like, he's looked into pretty much everything that people have been saying against you, and he, like, really thinks that it's all overhyped, and he's kind of the same opinion as me, that, you know, you can get through it, and it's not going to be bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just overall, he's for you.
Okay, well, that sounds...
Why are you speaking on Aiden's behalf? What the fuck is happening here?
Why is Hippleton speaking on Aiden's behalf?
Sexual, but it's literally people having an interest in girls that look a certain way. It still has sexual undertones. Skull.
I'm so aggravated by this call.
It's fantastic. What else is there? By the way, have you seen Cobra Kai?
No, I haven't. I've heard it's good.
Dude, just watch the first 2 episodes and you'll be hooked.
Okay, I will.
Shut up, you autist.
Yeah, I will say I am offended as to how much this blew up and how crazy everything has gotten, but like, yeah,
You're offended? Dude, you're the one that blew it up.
That's why his apology video didn't really apologize. Like, he didn't care about this stuff that he's going through right now. If he did, he would have put out a heartfelt apology and he would have moved on. But no, he did. He tried to defend himself on this stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's why people are just looking at you laughing right now.
One that did all the wrong things, and we were all laughing at you. It wasn't that deep, homie. At least for most of us. For me, it was just like, God damn, this is really funny.
I'm not going to give up. I'm just...
You should give up on YouTube drama. Yeah. Easy, okay? If you don't want to give up in making YouTube videos, fine. I really could care less if Jar comes back. If anything, I welcome him to come back. But, like, not to YouTube drama. Jar should never, ever, 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 ever in his fucking life ever come back to YouTube drama. He should not touch it with a 50-foot pole. He has fucked it up so bad, he should not be allowed anywhere near it in a 1,000-yard radius.
The thing is this, and it's gonna be bad for him. He starts drama with another person. I'm saying, like, all these different things that's that's out about him now, and there's just gonna be more stuff even coming out about him. So yeah, that's why it's like, nah, bruh, you know, best thing that you got going, I don't know, do makeup videos or something. Do I don't know, some food review videos. Stay away from the drama, though.
I am disturbed by the whole thing, but like, the thing that's offending me the most is
what's offending you,
having my girlfriend go out through everything. Like,
yeah, of course.
Dude, she almost gave...
What? Having your girlfriend go out through everything? The fuck? Nobody... People were just like, holy shit, you have a girlfriend? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you get into this kind of drama and bring up your girlfriend?
Me a heart attack. She was like, when she told me about the Choco thing, I like was in the middle of driving with my roommate to cool off, and then I freaked out. I drove home as fast as I could. I was sweating, and then I read it, and then I was like, oh wait, this is nothing. Like, the way my girlfriend described it to me.
And a lot of people called that it was bullshit. Chud and the rest of us, Chud, myself, and others were like, this fucking Choco, this Choco fucking allegation against you is insanity. Why is anyone buying this? Like, we all agreed on that. So I don't know where the offense is coming from.
It sounded like I said, hello there, how old are you? I'm 17. Oh, fantastic. Can you draw me S-ing Jaden? I don't want...
Why are you acting this out? Why are you acting this out, dude? Why are you doing this?
What do? Come on. I'll give you an art roll. That's the way it made me sound. And then I get home, I'm like, oh, okay, this is not what anything they described in their doc.
Yeah. No, exactly, dude. No. Yeah, you're gonna be fine, dude. You're gonna be fine. Do you know when Harley is, like, do you have an estimation of when Harley's gonna release their video at all?
I just heard it's gonna be the next one. And knowing Harley, it's gonna be huge and other stuff like that. The worst part about all of this, man, is I've been trying my best to talk things out with people and meet them halfway. And, oh, hey, honey, can I have a kiss? Oh, no? Oh, okay.
I was gonna say something about the fucking, his last statement, but he said his girlfriend refused to give him a kiss.
I've been trying to work things out with people. Like, an example was oranges. I have them on my old laptop. I don't have it on me right now. I won't have it for a while, but, hold on.
Anissa wants to fuck Hassan, so
Hassan. For doing an accent, and then I had a VC with Oranges. Oranges agreed to take it down, the tweets about me down, and then later me and one of my editors got in a fight over payment. We worked things out, but before we did, Oranges like tweeted about it and made it seem like I don't pay my editors at all, and I was just like, this motherfucker, we just talked things out. Like a...
Hold on. Anissa wants to fuck Hassan, so Hassan.
What is going on?
Accent, and then I had a VC with Oranges. Oranges agreed to take it down, the tweets about me down, and then later me and one of my editors got in a fight over payment. We worked things out, but before we did, Oranges like tweeted about it and made it seem like I don't pay my editors at all, and I was just like, this motherfucker, we just talked things out. Like a couple of weeks ago, and from what I've been told, Oranges is Farley's roommate, and then when I thought about it, that's what made me paranoid, because I thought, oh, they're just going to keep calling me out on whatever drama I get myself into.
Both sides are equally wrong route.
Yep.
Pile things up until they all come crashing down on me all at the same time, and that's why I got so paranoid. The thing is, I didn't have any proof, and I know I sound like Mama Max there, but the difference between me and Mama Max is Mama Max was trying to go through with this. I was just looking for the evidence.
I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just say?
When like pile things up until they all come crashing down on me all at the same time, and that's why I got so paranoid. The thing is, I didn't have any proof, and
Proof of what?
fuck things out. Like a couple of weeks ago, and from what I've been told, Orange is Harley's roommate, and then when I thought about it, that's what made me paranoid, because I thought, oh, they're just going to keep calling me out on whatever drama I get myself into, and like pile things up until they all come crashing down on me all at the same time, and that's why I got so paranoid. The thing is, I didn't have any proof, and I know I sound like Mama Max there, but the difference between me and Mama Max is Mama Max was trying to go through with this, I was just looking for the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
That there was a conspiracy against you between Oranges and you're trying to compare yourself to Mama Max? That is a horrible comparison to be making, buddy.
Yeah, I was just like trying to gather evidence because I was getting paranoid, and I don't know why that's such a bad thing. And I'm also really, I've said everything. I caught you up on everything. I think that's enough for now.
Yeah, fair.
You should have fucking outed that.
Wait, Lyle, can I show this?
Jar at all.
I'm just gonna show it. Yeah, okay, he said yes, perfect. So this is in regard to how Just a Robot fell in a drama involving Harley and Bored Oranges, and it's a conversation with Lyle Convoy. Harley is the fourth like on it, so that's in regard to like Jar making an accent and like Oranges shitting on him for it. So what is going to be done about this? Bro, people say that, like, the Tea Party chat is, like, coordinated and stuff. I don't think I've ever seen something like this and actually mean it. Interesting. Well, Oranges is a minor, so I'd recommend either talking to him privately or ignoring him. Just a Robot. That's true. I ain't gonna get into a Twitter fight with someone underaged. But if shit like this keeps going on, I'm gonna go nuclear. You're gonna go nuclear on a minor for a tweet making fun
Well, I mean, he
of you?
did just go after the whole 12-year-old community and stuff. I'm like, dang, bruh. I'm like, I don't get that. But anyway.
Are you out of your fucking mind? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you even write this? Like, I write dumb shit all the time, but it sounds like you actually wanted to go nuclear on Bored Oranges. Yeah. That's so pathetic.
That's so pathetic. And Oranges was a minor at the time? That's so stupid. Oh, that's so fucking stupid, Jar. Why? Why would you do these things?
I know he's serious. He's gotta be. Jar maxing, so true.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you, Core, for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the LOLcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well.
Okay.
On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there, and we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often, so make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that was very questionable, that stuff them calls, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, he shouldn't be surprised that it's like you got a bunch of people coming after you stuff. I mean, if you just overall look at just all the crap that you've put people through the past years, I feel like it's just day by day. It's just like all of it. It's just kind of, yeah, it's like coming back and it's haunting you and stuff. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, bro, you brought that on yourself. Can't blame nobody besides yourself. But anyways, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Kristen Nark for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys, and peace.